Hello, everybody. How is it going? How is it going? Welcome to Cantina Cocktail Hour. It is great to be back after a couple week absence with Thanksgiving holiday and everything else going on. So I'm really glad to see everybody. So thank you for tuning in. In just a moment, by we will be joined by a couple of friends. And they will be coming in just a little bit here. So I'm getting set up and awaiting their arrival here in just a little bit. So, hey, Jason, how is it going? Great to see you as always. Hello, Stradata Coruscant. Good to see you as well. Hello, Paul. How are you? Looks like our pal Dave is in the house. I'm going to go ahead and add him into the stream.
Hello. Hey, everyone.
Dave.
Hey, Victoria.
How you doing?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. It's Friday night. It's the start of December. We're in the holiday season, and we got Star Wars on the horizon, so feeling good.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's not as fun as maybe previous years. I wish we had some Star Wars going on right now, but I'll take it around Christmas time. That'll be delightful.
Absolutely. Yeah, and then just thinking to next year, we have the Book of Boba Fett, which the only one episode is going to be in this year, right? And then the rest of it's going to be in
Yep.
2022. Then you have the Bad Batch season 2. You have Kenobi. You have Cassian Andor. You have the next season of The Mandalorian. Am I missing anything?
I think you got it all.
That's all in 1 year.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to like a Marvel type year for Star Wars because Marvel was just one after the other with maybe a month in between for shows this year. And I've enjoyed that. I'm a Marvel fan of the television side so far, and I'm looking forward to Star Wars getting the same treatment.
Totally. Yeah, it's been a long time coming. Yes, they focused on movies for a few years. So was Marvel, even more movies than Star Wars. And Marvel has all these series that have been released this year. Star Wars is going to be catching up. Finally, after all this time, Star Wars is going to be catching up, and I'm all here for it. I know we're going to be here for it through the live stream, through the Cantina Chatter podcast, through the Vintage Collection podcast, and everything in between. So get ready, people. It's going to be a busy year for Star Wars next year.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how are you doing?
I'm okay. I've had a night out with friends. It was a fun family time tonight, and I'm ready to talk whatever we're talking, HasLab tonight or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a great way to kick off the weekend.
Awesome. Well, that sounds like a good way to kick off the weekend for sure. Yeah. So our friend Tom may be joining us in just a little bit as well. And it's always quite a hoot when Tom joins in. So we'll be waiting here
Yeah.
quite eagerly for his possible arrival in a
Oh
little
yeah, I
bit.
love Tom. Yeah, so much fun when he's around.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We'll just keep the gin away from him.
No spotchka for him.
No spotchka for old Tom. Grumpy Tom, as he calls himself. Yeah. So it's been an interesting week for Hasbro Star Wars, for Hasbro G.I. Joe. I'm not a huge G.I. Joe. I'm not a G.I. Joe fan at all. I don't collect G.I. Joe. I know quite a few people that do, and I'm happy that that they enjoy it and that they have this new HasLab opportunity. Things are kind of up in the air with these two HasLab projects at this point.
Yeah, I mean, now that we've seen these three projects launched, maybe it seems like not the smartest thing in the world to put three HasLabs out at the same time. And I would say, looking now, it looks like maybe the GI Joe and the Star Wars Black Series HasLab are not going to meet their backing, but you never know. I know there's a big surge at the end with certain retailers overseas, getting their orders in, and the FOMO people getting their orders in. So
Mhm.
maybe I would say, if you would have asked me a week ago, I would have said the GI Joe would have got backed over the Star Wars one, but now it's looking like maybe Rancor might squeak by. Maybe I'm not sure about the GI Joe one.
I don't know about either of these. I don't know about either of these. I know that that Tom has some thoughts as well, so we'll definitely pick his brain on it. But yeah, I agree. I don't know that it was wise to throw 3 of them out there at one time. I mean, I don't personally know many people backing all 3.
Hmm.
I don't know a lot of there's a ton of crossover there, but there are a couple people I know backing at least 2 of them.
Hmm.
Would they back all 3 if they were done separately? Would they back multiples of certain items? Like the Razor Crest. I know some people went all in on the Razor Crest, got 2, 3. We're probably not seeing that as much with the Rancor or with GI Joe or with the Proton Pack simply because there are more things being spread around.
Yeah, I think they probably would have all gotten backed had they been solo. And from what I'm hearing Star Wars people saying that they're backing the Proton Pack over the Rancor. And I just feel like it's was an unwise time of the year with the holidays coming in and everyone spending on presents and stuff like that to put 3 of them up at the same time and just 3 of them at the same time in general. Maybe I know they've done 2 at the same time before, but it seems like a lot, and these are not cheap items at the same time.
They're not. And I think, a lot of some people forget that too. It's, HasLab is meant to be a premium thing for the most hardcore, ardent, serious collectors who buy it all, who want a premium product like that, who some of them buy multiples of these items. It is the kind of thing that obviously can't be sold in stores. You can't sell the barge in stores. You can't sell the Razor Crest in stores. You can't sell a Rancor of this magnitude in stores. So it is a very specific thing that HasLab is trying to accomplish. Um, and yeah, I think they did ultimately spread themselves thin by just releasing 3 of them for at the same time. And I don't think we're going to see that again. I think they're going to, depending on how things go over the next 4 or 5 days, I think they're going to learn some hard lessons possibly, and we're going to see some pretty significant changes to this program in the future.
Yeah, I know we're a couple years into this now, and I think what I've observed is the tiers seem like they are what people have grown accustomed to, and they've kind of moved away. They've kind of like gotten people to, I'm going to back this thing because of the tiers that it might hit, instead of having people back it for what the initial offering is, which I feel is kind of where they've lost their footing. You should want to just purchase it at the price, knowing at the base tier that's what you're going to get, and the tiers should be extras, add-ons that rewards for surpassing the backing numbers. And it seems like that's not people have gotten accustomed with the Star Wars for just hitting almost all the tiers, with the Razor Crest, and they really missed the mark there with the tiers, not giving people what they wanted. I don't want to say
Mhm.
this, but it almost seems like people have gotten spoiled with it, and they're not getting what they want, which could lead back to maybe the price offering is maybe a little bit high. People felt like they had to lean into the tiers. But if I'm gonna spend $350 on a Rancor, I want these tiers to be worth it, and which they
Right.
frankly weren't. So that could be something that they need to look into, whether or not this campaign makes it to the 9,000 or not.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Well, I'm curious to see what is going on here in the chat. So let's see what some of our friends here have to say. So Jason says Hasbro's cannibalizing their own fans, releasing so many back to back and crossing over. Yeah, there are. I backed one of these. It's not the one that people may expect. I did
Mhm.
back one of these projects. Um, I'm trying to think if I would personally back another one if this was a different time of year. Possibly. I don't know. It's hard to say.
Mhm.
Um, Supersaurus Rex. Maybe they had to rush start the Rancor campaign due to the leak. So this is something I've thought about. I think it's possible. I think it's possible. We know that this was not intended to be announced when it was accidentally announced during a Hasbro Star Wars Q&A session. The next day, Hasbro StarWars.com, sorry, was posted something about the Rancor. They officially announced it there with very little fanfare. It was just a little blurb. And then shortly after that, Hasbro did come out and say, hey, this is the Rancor. It's the next HasLab. So it is possible that the leak precipitated this release of the actual campaign. Hard to say, but I don't think it's an unrealistic possibility.
Yeah, I'm not as familiar with the other HasLabs. When is the Sky Striker possibly shipping? Because I know the Rancor is in 2023 to coincide with the 40th of Jedi.
Currently scheduled to ship in the spring of 2023.
Okay. Well, then I guess it all lines up, but it just seems like maybe they should have held off 6 months later. It just seems a bit early. We're not even 2022 yet, and I mean, this is the way they set it up. It's perfect. I'm sure they're gonna have a bunch of Black Series on card Return of the Jedi figures that they could be releasing and then shipping out this Rancor. But yeah,
Mhm.
just a lot of mistakes, I think.
Right. Yeah, it looks like all three are due to come out spring 2023.
Okay.
So will they be able to do that? I wouldn't hedge any bets on that.
Yeah.
There may be some delays. Yeah, and what's interesting about this campaign, I feel like, is the one item you would think would be the least to be backed and fully funded would be the proton pack. And that's the one that got funded even before Ghostbusters Afterlife was in theaters, and it's still increasing. It's almost double where it should have been. So just very interesting, the whole thing, and how that's, the one thing that was almost instantly funded.
Yeah, I mean, Ghostbusters is on people's minds now. I'm hearing it, a bunch of podcasts that I'm listening to. That's on people's minds right now. There's a movie, there's a marketing campaign behind it. So I think that that one obviously it got backed. It has multiple tiers backed already. I think that was wise in what they did with the release with the Proton Pack. And these other two, there's no GI Joe movie, there's no GI Joe series, there's no Star Wars movie, there's no Star Wars series at the time. Maybe that
Mm,
had something to do with it.
definitely. Jason, they really should limit themselves to 2 HasLabs per year, 6 months apart, allow fans to recover financially before adding on an extra burden. So that's one of the things about HasLab, I think, too, is that they charge you up front, right? It's if the
Hmm.
thing is funded, they charge you up front. So if you're backing, let's say you are backing all three of these. Let's say you're one of those people that wants to get all of them. The Joe Sky Striker, $230. The Rancor, $350. The Proton Pack, $400. You're pretty close to $1,000 all in one go if you decide to back all of these right off the bat.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Do they need this money, to meet some goal that's set by corporate or something for the year? I've noticed with Star Wars this year, they're not hitting the shelves. They're not staying on the shelves as long. But I've noticed, with Marvel Legends, there's plenty of them. With Ghostbusters, there's plenty of them. Other properties that Hasbro has, there's plenty of them. So I don't know if that's true, but that's something to consider. Maybe this is part of, something at corporate with the money that they thought, hey, we didn't make as much this year with supply chain problems that we had. We didn't sell as many units as we thought. Maybe we can launch 3 HasLabs at the same time, and maybe we'll recoup what we thought we would have made in 2021. I don't know. That's something to throw out there.
Hard to say. Hard to say. There's a lot of things that Hasbro does or does not that, we can only speculate about. But what we do know that there are 3 HasLabs, that they are not, inexpensive items, and that they are competing for not only for shelf space, because come on, if you buy all 3 of those,
Mhm.
you're going to need some room.
Definitely.
But you're also going to need a pretty deep bank account.
We're all rich and we all have barns to display our collection, right?
Of course, we all have those dream museums. I think we all dream that we're going to have one
Hmm.
day. So it looks like Grumpy Old Tom, or Old Grumpy Tom more specifically, is in the house.
Yes.
We're going to add him into the conversation.
Hey
Tom, hello.
guys! Hello,
Hey,
hello.
what's up?
Oh, had some drinks, having another drink, a delicious Tanqueray tonic here.
Nice.
After a
Ooh,
few Tanqueray tonics,
very
What did I
nice.
miss out on, guys? We talking about?
HasLab. We just started, so you didn't miss too much. And we have drinks too, or I have a drink. I don't know if Dave has a drink.
I have a beer.
Oh,
Ooh,
wait, what
nice.
beer you got there, Dave?
I am drinking Troegs Blizzard Hops.
Okay,
It is a
my wife would know what that is probably. She's the beer drinker,
yeah.
but she
And
is
I
down
have.
there in sunny California, sunny,
Is
foggy
she?
California. Yeah, she's in LA.
Nice.
She
Ooh, yeah,
she
it
was
has
there
been
for
foggy.
yeah, she was there for the BTS concerts. Have you guys heard of BTS?
I think you spoke about it
Yeah.
last time, right? Weren't you
Yeah.
supposed to go?
No, I'm
No? Okay.
no, not no. Come on.
You weren't going to
man.
be in the front row with your sign? Or...
I'm cool, guys.
I know you're cool.
Yes, we all know that. So
I've
I
got
have.
Skeletor right here. All right, sorry.
I'm just doing straight tequila here. It's one of those
Nice.
nights. One of
Wait, are you
those weeks
seriously drinking straight tequila?
with ice.
Oh wow, I thought I was going to be the one the furthest gone here. All right, we'll wait to the end
No,
of this.
you're.
All right.
Yeah. No, this is good. This is it's Código. It's their reposado tequila, and Código is co-owned by a country music superstar George Strait, one of my personal favorites.
Oh, cool. And it's a good one?
Oh, it's good. It's good. My dad had just the regular the Blanco one, and it was good too.
Forgive me, what's it called again? Código? How do
Código.
you spell that?
Codigo. I mean, it's literally Cantina cocktail hour. So.
Yeah. We have when we have guests over, I like to make certain that we have the alcohol for them. And I've recently run out of tequila. We were using the Espa ESP something or other. I don't remember the brand name, but if I saw it in the store, I'd be like, "Oh, that's the one. I'll take that."
It's good. It's hard to find. I have not seen it in California.
Oh,
I had to get it in Texas. That's where I ended up buying it.
okay.
But you may have better luck being in New York City.
No. Unlikely there. Vic, by the way, you look like $1 million with that white suit and the hair. Jeepers.
Yeah.
You look like a bad guy from Final Fantasy VII. I love it.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. It's very bright.
Great.
It's very bright. The light, I don't know, it's weird. It's really bright.
Yeah.
I look like I died, and for some miraculous reason, I went up instead of down, which I can't imagine that happening.
Oh,
but...
come on! You're not a bad seed. You're not like Jurassic Dave here, who's all like, I've got multiple party wagons, and you can never have any of them.
I'm hoarding them.
Tom. To anyone watching right now, Jurassic Dave is kind enough to send me the box.
Yes.
To a party wagon, which is the only thing I want out of it.
Box.
I just want the box so I can put it on a fake display shelf in the theoretical future that you guys were talking about, where we have all of our museum space. And I've rounded it back to when I snuck in.
Yeah, I have it. I'm gonna send it. I haven't opened it yet. I'm been so busy. When did I get it? On Monday? It's Friday now, and I haven't opened it yet. But I'm getting there.
I mean, hey, you know what I got the other day from Walmart?
What'd you
What's
get?
that?
Now, here's the deal, guys. I don't know anything about this property, but I've seen certain YouTubers talk about it. Jason Garcia, yes, dressed like Rufus Shinra. Correct. Dressed like Rufus Shinra. Exactly what I was thinking.
I have no idea who it is.
Well,
I know who this one is. I know who Hammond is.
Spared no expense. Yeah, Rufus Shinra, on the other hand, is like, I will rule through fear. Anyway,
Oh yeah, that's me.
Oh, okay.
It's the burger guy and the banana guy and that.
Okay.
$30 from Walmart.
Well, that's a good price.
Shipped. Yeah. So, and I've been sort of debating getting the burger guy and the banana guy for a while because they're hilarious. They're
as long as
absolutely
you're happy,
hilarious.
Tom. As long as you're happy. We're happy.
I'm happy. I'm happy.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Rufus
Obviously.
Shinra was based off of Marilyn Monroe, though. By the way,
Really? I don't even know who that is. So I can't really have an opinion.
Marilyn
on that.
Monroe. She was a movie star in like the 60s, 50s,
Oh,
and
God.
60s. Yeah. Yeah, she's
No,
pretty
the
well
other
known.
one.
I think she hooked up with John F. Kennedy. Like,
Not true.
you
not
don't know
true,
who
not
that
true.
is? What?
No, I know it's not true. I'm pretty sure it's not true. Anyhow, the Rancor. Tom, are you hashtag releasing the Rancor?
What does that mean?
That you are supporting the
Yes.
campaign for
I've bought into it. I bought into it. I think at the second tier. I think I bought into it right after we chatted last. Recently, 2 weeks ago when I was in South Carolina again. Yeah, when the final reveals for the tiers were released, I decided I would back at that point. I was going to back anyway, but at that point, I mean, it was just hemorrhaging for, I don't know if you've talked about this yet. So if I start reiterating stuff you guys have said, it started hemorrhaging backers because of the terrible tier releases. And you know something? It deserved to lose those backers. Kalinda's here right now. Our little cat is here.
Oh, cool.
Oh, here she is. Hi, Kalinda. We're talking about the Rancor. Yes, I love you. You go over there for the moment. Once it did the... Like, I was going on Twitter and not trying to get Victoria's Cantina in trouble at all, because I still hope to represent you at Toy Fair if you get invited. But like after the terrible bone reveal thing, I was like, oh, you better not reveal Luke Skywalker as a tier. That'll be a real disappointment. What if it's just a crappy old Luke Skywalker? And then they're like, yay, it's Luke Skywalker.
A new Luke Skywalker.
Sure.
It's terrible because you're going to get it in the main line, so you're backing it for the card.
And nobody,
the oversized coin, yes.
No one in the Black Series.
Tom's going to open it and throw it for his cat.
Yeah. No, I'm going to throw the Luke Skywalker figure for my cat and like stick Luke Skywalker, like tie crunchies around it, be like tearing them apart. No more Luke Skywalker figures. Right, Kalinda? Kalinda says, I don't know, maybe a good Bespin Luke. She's so worked up right now.
How about Luke Skywalker?
That's elusive. I don't have one of those. I saw one once on the pegs.
I passed on that one. I'm certain I've told you guys before. I passed on it when I went to Forbidden Planet, met up with my wife and our friends at the bar, told them, oh my gosh, this thing. And they're like, we're going back and you're buying it. And we did. We had a few drinks and we went back to Forbidden Planet and we bought it. And now I have that in the box. And sure. The Rancor, I'm bummed, guys. I'm legitimately bummed because and this is something that Lena told me, and she was telling me about this during the sail barge period. If in the first 3 days you get 1/3 of your backers, you're going to be good. Statistically, the last 3 days will pick up the rest of it. Everything in intermediary to that, it's just a slow creep. And I was worried about the sail barge. Like, I don't know, is the sail barge going to happen? Because, I really wanted the sail barge. So I think you guys probably did as well, right? Dave, do you have the sail barge?
I don't collect vintage collection.
Right.
But yeah, I was excited to see it come out, and I was excited to see Victoria's review on it.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, I want these things back. I want people to have them.
That was like my thing that I'd wanted since childhood. I wanted a sail barge. I built a custom sail barge for a friend of mine at one point in time out of like foamies and stuff for display purposes. Sail barge was my top thing. And I was worried about it because it did X amount in the first 3 days, and then it was slowing down. And Lena, the entire time, was like, it's fine. It did this amount in the first 3 days. The last 3 days, wait, it's just going to skyrocket. And it worked exactly like that. That's generally what happens. This is a little different because it started. What is that sound from? Is that from me?
What are you hearing?
I think it's Dave.
I have a heater going in here. Sorry.
Yeah.
We hear a buzzing.
Axia, that is Kalinda, by the way. That is little Kalinda. Someone asking what little Kalinda's name is. That's little Kalinda. Hello, Kalinda. You have any little water? She's a bum cat and I love her. Anyway, so the Rancor, let's still say I'm confident it's going to make it, but less so. Even 2 weeks ago, I was like, it's going to be fine.
Really?
But now it's I mean, what's it at now? Right now it is at, all right, 52.17 earlier, 52.40. And we got to do more than that.
It dropped one since I had it on here. I had a 52.41 a few minutes ago.
Yeah, so we'll see. The Sky Striker's going to make it. I have no doubt there. Sky Striker's the one. Oh yeah, it's 6,500 now.
Really? Well,
yes.
I thought it was like 5,000 something.
Yeah. Sky Striker is doing the typical thing where it was like slowly creeping forward, and these last 3 days it's gonna cross it. Whether it hits its stretch goals or not, I have no idea. Sky Striker, no question. The Rancor, I'm concerned about, and you guys are not buying the Rancor. I've seen a lot of thought pieces about this.
Oh wow, 6,500.
Yeah. Sky Striker's going to make it.
I swear, last time I looked, it was lower than. I guess I'm just not competent.
Was it just earlier today?
Yeah, it was like 8 a.m. or something.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, it went up that amount today.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That's the normal thing here. Rancor, I don't know. Rancor is basically, yes, Sky Striker got hacked by Cobra, and
5,200 for the 5,240 for the Rancor. Nice.
Basically, Rancor is back up to where it was before the dreadful. I think they're going to extend the Rancor. Yeah, I'd rather they didn't do that. I'd rather they just. I want the Rancor. I'm in that camp that really wants that giant Rancor. I love the big creatures out of Star Wars the most of all. Jabba the Hutt is basically my favorite thing out of Star Wars. After that, it's the Porgs. I love Ewoks. I love
the Max Rebo band.
The Max Rebo band. Oh gosh, I love the Max Rebo band. I just had to put my carded original Max Rebo band into storage because there was no good place to store it. And it breaks my heart, but it never had a spot to hang out and be displayed. So, yeah,
it's interesting. I mean, we were talking earlier, Tom, about how it's possible the Rancor was maybe going to be held longer until it was accidentally leaked by Hasbro during a Q&A.
Yeah.
And how maybe this pushed them to do it sooner. And had it had its own like window where there wasn't competing with anything else, maybe it would have had a better chance of succeeding.
Did that happen on your live stream, Victoria, or was it the?
I think
other
it
one?
was.
It was one of the earlier sessions before me.
Okay.
You're a bum cat. You're a bum cat. I'm talking about Star Wars toys. I'm talking about Star Wars toys.
Yeah. Chris on our friend Chris from Bantha School, he wrote an article the other day about how the way they've handled the Rancor is kind of going to come back, and it's kind of rewriting the rules for how a HasLab works. HasLab kind of is what it is. It's something that, there are stretch goals, but those happen organically if enough people support it.
Remember, the sail barge had no stretch goals. They just threw in Yak Face on the special card thing to entice people.
That is true. That did happen.
Mhm.
This though seems a little different. Originally,
Yes.
it was just the Rancor, then it was the bones, then it was, I don't know, the bones were like a predetermined thing, or no, it was the Gamorrean guard before the bones, right?
Yeah, that was worse than the bones.
Then it was Luke,
Luke's
right?
the
Or was
last
the
one.
No, it was Gamorrean guard.
Salacious Crumb was
Bones, Salacious Crumb, which they had just revealed days before you can buy from Disney. Like, you sent me the link of like, you can buy the Salacious Crumb and the other things. I was like, great, $40. That's too much money, but I want Salacious Crumb, so whatever. And then yet another Luke Skywalker, which I was ready to like get and just throw out the window. Like, I'll let the birds take that Luke Skywalker figure and take him away.
Where do you live, Tom? I'll stand under your apartment window.
Brooklyn. I'll send it to you. Even trade for the cardboard box of yeah. I don't no more Luke Skywalker figures.
And then Malik Healy was thrown in there at the end. Oh, he's going to be not a stretch goal. He's part of this.
Right.
They had said that he was. They had planned him for later in the line, which I sincerely do not think is true.
No, I don't believe that either. That's what I was saying earlier.
I don't recall seeing that they said they planned him for later in the line.
They did. When they announced him, they said that he was in the works, which I completely do not buy, because if he was in the works,
Black Series doesn't do that.
Well, they would. They don't do the Rancor Keeper type things. But if he was in the works, they would have said it before when they were kicking off the Rancor as an enticement to hold that to the end and say, "Oh, he's in the works. We're going to throw him in here." Is no.
Yeah, there's no point to own that figure unless you have a Rancor. Like, yeah, and I know you.
I guess so.
Kalinda, you're a bum cat. She's just hooting and hollering at me, guys. If I talk to little Kalinda off screen, it's not just because I'm drunk. It's because my cat is here, and I'm drunk.
No, that tells me that they fear this thing not getting backed.
Yes.
I mean, if they just, when it started, right, it was, hey, here is our product, back it at this many backers, it's going to get funded, here are the stretch goals, and if it doesn't get backed, okay, we'll move on to the next HasLab. But this one, they're really trying to save this, and that's what tells me, they went to upper management or something, was just like, please give us the Rancor Keeper. We need, this thing's not going to make it. And that's what I was saying earlier. Do they need this, I guess, or something, because they fear this failing.
They don't need it, but it will be a black eye on, like, Cookie Monster didn't make it, which actually surprised me, because I used to work at Sesame Street, and I'm surprised that the fans of that didn't like.
You were in the can, right? Trash can.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Maybe.
How was the gym? Now we know.
Yeah, or I guess I think what you're getting at is if this doesn't back, maybe it's going to be a long time till we see another Black Series HasLab.
You won't for years. Yeah, that won't happen. And all right, so let's talk about the Star Wars team, right? Because I feel like the Star Wars team has gotten a lot of flack for how this has panned out. Can I talk for a second? Can I?
Yeah.
floor
So
is yours.
the Star Wars team is given a certain amount of budget to do stuff, right? So they have the Rancor. As we've seen in the past few years now, most of the Star Wars stuff is repaints or re-releases. Right? Do we agree with that?
Mhm.
They create the
Or
Mandalorians,
retools. Yeah.
then they create the carbonized versions, and they create the
Grief
the
Cargo.
the yeah,
The credit
and
collection.
all the credit collection. It's like 3 times the same thing. Their budget has been slashed. Now the reasons for that we can all figure out. The biggest cash cow for Hasbro is no longer Star Wars; it's Marvel. So the Star Wars team gets to try and make the Rancor, but the stretch goals that they are budgeted to allow are only going to let these things be recards of existing stuff. And then the newly tooled Luke Skywalker at the end. That's like that's already in the works. It's coming out on the
Yeah, that was coming
Mandalorian
anyway.
card, right? I think what happened was that was all they were allowed, and then who I think went there, who I think went to bat for this project, I think it was probably Patrick. I think he went to his bosses, his higher ups, and said, "Guys, absolutely, yes, absolutely. But if you guys want this to happen, I told you guys before, they want Ula, they want the Rancor Keeper. You've got to give us one of these things. If you want this to happen at all, guys, you have to do something about that." And then they were able to get the Rancor Keeper, because they're never going to make Ula now because, Disney. But I firmly believe that the Star Wars team went to bat and said, you either will get the money from the Rancor, because they want a big profit from it, right? They're not breaking even with a Rancor.
No.
Or it all goes away, or you put in the extra $200K tooling budget for a new figure. Yes, absolutely. Figure it out, guys. And I think they were like, all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's what happened. I'm going to read some comments here.
Yeah, let's read some comments here. So Paul, do you think that the Star Wars HasLab will do TVC 1 year and TBS the next? I think that is I think firstly it's going to boil down to the Rancor. If the Rancor does not get funded, we're not going to see another Black Series Rancor. That's a given.
No, you won't see another Black Series Star Wars thing
HasLab.
for years. Yeah, HasLab thing. Yeah, that's over and done with. And
TV
that's okay. I want the Rancor. I don't want an X-wing. I don't want a Black Series Slave One. I don't want a Black Series Scout Walker. I want the Black Series Rancor. So it's like, if any of those other things were the offering, I'd be like, meh, not for me.
I think TVC, we will continue to see them. And probably sooner rather than later would be my guess.
Yeah,
within relatively soon. Let's see here. Axia. Instead of more releases, I would love to see the 9¾ Star Wars figures with old school high quality, like the 30th anniversary ones. I would say that the quality, the caliber that Hasbro's been putting out for TVC the last couple of years exceeds anything they've ever done before.
It seems real good to me. Yeah,
it's excellent. Things like Ahsoka, the recent Maul, the Emperor. Yeah, that one's all right. IG-11 is very innovative. Things they've been doing with like Lando. Lando is an amazing figure. They're just really kind of killing it lately. So they did some awesome things back in the day. I wouldn't want to go back to that in light of what we have now. That's what I would say.
I'd like them to go back in the day with the broad selection of things.
Sure.
But if they're only going to give 4 figures at a time, unlike it used to be like 10 or something, right? Like,
yeah, that is a Yeah, let's see here. There was no 3D render, just a screenshot from the movie of Malekith.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's it. Yeah, that too.
It's
I
obvious
know
that it
when
was rushed.
No,
right.
come
I mean,
on, come on. May I just yell about this for a second?
Please.
All these current things that they make with the like the face print. I know they don't have the guy and they can't fit. That'll look amazing. It'll look great.
Yeah.
It'll look. It's a fat guy with a plaster thing on his face, and like it looks like one of his eyes is kind of crooked. It'll look amazing. None of us want Rancor Keeper as a figure, right? We're not like I need Rancor Keeper as a figure. You only want Rancor Keeper as a figure if you have the Rancor, and then they'll knock that out of the park. I'd like Ula as a figure because
because Ula, yeah. Although you never see Ula and the Rancor in the same shot at the same time. That's the only thing I would say.
right.
But
I just think that Ula, that's the only way we'll get Ula. Also, the same thing with Rancor Keeper. It's like, if I believed I would get these figures elsewhere at a later point in time, I wouldn't be concerned about it. But Black Series stuff, it's whatever the current thing is, and there's like 10 of them. And currently, it's just things that look like Boba Fett. So
yeah.
Well, they gave us, stuff on the sail barge, places that we never saw, like the prison and stuff. And they gave us looks at the proton pack and the HasLab that we've never seen before, except for in the most current movie. So maybe that's where they're priming people to go. It's just like, I want to see that. What would that have been,
Yeah. Speaking of Ghostbusters, have you seen that yet, Tom?
I did see Ghostbusters.
Yes. All right.
Yay or
Spoiler
nay?
time in our chat.
No spoiler. Yay or nay?
Yay. I would give it a yay.
Okay.
I would give it a yay. I didn't love it. All right. Ghostbusters.
Let's segue for a moment.
Phoebe. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. That character and the actress that played her, follow her anywhere, follow her story anywhere. I thought she was amazing. That was absolutely incredible. I liked Paul Rudd a lot because it's Paul Rudd, and it's rare that I don't like Paul Rudd. Sorry, Ant-Man.
Brooklyn FD, what is that?
What?
Brooklyn Fire Department? What is that?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. No, it's a block away from us, so they're always like coming straight down that street.
Sounds like my house. They're a block away.
Yeah, but I mean, when the elevator doesn't work, they're here within seconds.
When you have an emergency, they're pretty quick. Yeah.
All right, I thought the soundtrack was the worst soundtrack in a movie I'd heard in years. I mean, dreadfully bad, to the point in time that like Lena, who does not focus on soundtracks, leaned over to me and commented, "This is dreadful and painful."
Soundtrack or score?
Score.
Okay.
I mean, it was the same thing. They didn't have.
I can see that. I liked it, but I could accept that as a criticism. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I liked it in the first 5 minutes where I was like, "Oh, they're using the old leitmotifs. This is fun." And then the entire movie was like, "Bam, bam," and I was like, "Oh, this was specifically used for a comedy in 1984 as like a little sting, and not like as the Force theme, which they're trying to do." That was terrible. I hated the ending. I thought that all the nostalgia point things they did at the ending. Are we spoiler or not spoiler?
Spoiler.
Are we?
Well, that we can go into spoilers. We'll just courtesy. Hey, we're going to talk a little bit about Ghostbusters. It's been out, I don't know, 2-3 weeks now. 2 weeks.
I thought there was a ghoulish thing that they did that a lot of people really, really liked and really appreciated. And I'm happy for the people that loved it and appreciated it. And I understand why they did. For me, it hit the wrong way. I was like, oof, that's. But I loved Phoebe. I loved Paul Rudd. And I thought that without question, the movie could have had 30 minutes of it shaved off easily. And the score was god awful. But I liked it. It's still a movie old Grumpy Tom liked. Like, so if that gives you any,
That's true.
yeah,
That's true.
yeah.
No, that was perfect.
Speaking of what you said about the end, there is a majorly spoilerific set that is hitting Target stores. So, if you don't want to be spoiled by the toy, make sure you see the movie before you go to the toy aisles, because it's a major. It's like probably the biggest spoiler possible.
Yeah,
And it's just weird.
That was surprising. What did they announce that like the Monday after the movie came out, and I had it in my hands.
Yeah.
And
Well, the thing is,
The next day?
the toy shipments started
Yeah.
the old slowdown that everyone else is realizing now because of Joe Biden and liberals.
Yeah.
It's like we toy collectors have known about that for a year now, and the floodgates busted open like recently. So like that's where that came from. Yeah, that was bad. And the surprise appearance of old favorite characters was bad.
I'll give you that. Overall, I enjoyed the movie. I don't think it was as good as it could have been. It's really like a hard situation. If you want to take things in a new direction with new possibilities, but also incorporate the old and, do that as well. It's a really tricky thing to do. But I will give you that the random ones that were kind of sprinkled in were cool to see, but they were a little bit random too at times.
There was a scene where Dan Aykroyd got on the phone talking with someone. Let's go, Brandon. No, we're adults and we swear here. We say fuck on this live stream. Are we allowed to say that, Victoria?
No, not at all.
Oh gosh. All right. Bleep that out.
Okay.
Apologies. There's a scene with Dan Aykroyd where he is on a phone call that is pure exposition. And it reminded me of Carrie Fisher's lines in Star Wars 7, where she shows up. Look, it's me, Carrie Fisher. And then she just gives exposition. And I really don't like that sort of thing. And I think both of these movies did a very bad job with that.
Yeah. That scene went on a little long, I felt like.
Yeah. And it didn't, yeah. Just teasing. Yes. Agree with you, Fugman 4.
Yeah, we don't do politics here.
I stand with Newt Gunray.
Newt Gunray. It was a legal blockade. It was legal.
Sure. Yeah, right. What's that little girl on that planet going to do to stop our legal blockade? Where's my Black Series? All right. Sorry,
I
Rancor.
saw the concept of that on Instagram the other day of the Queen Amidala, and I was like, yes, and then I realized it was fake, and then I got sad.
Wait, what was it? What was the
Black Series Queen Amidala?
Oh my God, are you serious?
Yeah, and it looks so real, and I was like, yes, it's like Black Series Concepts on Instagram. Follow them, and they occasionally post things, and I get really excited because it looks so real, like it's a Hasbro picture. And I pump my fist in the air, and then I look at the handle, and I'm like,
you freeze frame.
Yeah.
Wait, what's the song at the end of?
Don't you forget about me.
That's it. Don't you? Yes. We were just talking about that.
Don't you forget about Amidala. And then I get sad.
God.
Well, SH Figure Arts did tease a Queen Amidala a long time ago, like 3 years ago, and it was just the classic Queen Amidala from episode 1, beginning of the movie, and looked incredible. And never came out. Probably never will come out.
They also teased General Grievous years ago at the point before the Black Series one came out. And I was like, well, if they come out with it first, I'm buying that one. And they never did. Queen Amidala. Say what you will about the prequels. I think all of these days, everyone likes the prequels, right? We're all like, oh yeah, the prequels are great. We all love them. I love them.
Yeah.
They're problematic, but I
Overall.
love them. But Natalie Portman's outfits in it. I mean, I'm not talking about even like the really like, hey, it's Natalie Portman. Are you a guy? Do you like Natalie Portman? Check out this movie. I'm talking about like the crazy, like,
Yeah.
oh my God, they're gosh darn incredible. And I want all of those in Black Series. Max Rebo Band, then Ree's Squid Head, and then all of Natalie Portman's outfits from episode 1.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Her costuming is exquisite in the movie. I have seen a few things come up more recently regarding some of her outfits, like politically charged things, but their costumes. It's a movie about space. It's like,
Is it what they're based on?
Some of them, yeah.
Oh, that's too bad.
Some of them, yeah. So I always loved your figure reviews, Victoria. I wish you could do more. Thank you. I am trying to do more. I'm just trying to find that time. It's just so super, super, super hard to find time.
I'm with you, Fugman 4. I loved watching the reviews as well.
That was your camera, right?
Yeah. I'm trying to move it around to see where more of my fingers do stuff.
Well, you could also go like this.
I'm very drunk.
At least you're honest.
It's much easier to move the camera around to figure out where my fingers are. Don't quote that.
No, I love the Victoria reviews also, and I have a small YouTube channel. I've done maybe total 5 videos, and where do you get the time? It takes so much time to shoot and edit, and you've done.
But you get the figures for free, you gosh darn shills. You get this $20 figure for free if you just spend 3 days shooting and reviewing and editing a figure together, a video together. You get that $20 figure for free. Shill.
I know. There are rare times you actually get anything for free, but
it's if you're making reviews, it ain't for free. Like,
no.
I follow some people that I very much believe that it's basically an advertisement for the toys I'm going to buy. And the amount it costs me to purchase the toy is way less than the amount of time that they put into making the video. It's like by a lot. Oh, does anyone need a Bo-Katan Black Series figure, by the way? Because I have an extra one.
Nope. Do you have Casca Reeves yet?
I do.
I canceled her. Don't care.
Fake fan.
I know.
Get him out of here.
I know.
Delete.
Oh, poor old grumpy Tom. Yeah.
Well, once Axe Woves comes out, you're gonna wish you had her.
Who?
Axe Woves.
Who's that?
The male Mandalorian dude.
Is that
from the trio, that episode?
The dude one.
The dude one.
The dude.
He's a generic guy Mandalorian.
I don't think I'm going to. I'd be more likely to buy Casca Reeves. If I see Casca Reeves in a store somewhere, I'll absolutely buy Casca Reeves. But
she looks good.
Yeah,
it's really good.
I don't need any more figures that just look like Mandalorians, though. And any character that just looks like a stormtrooper or a clone trooper or Boba Fett, I'm like, I don't need that. Unless you really win me over with a character. Unless I love the character, I'm like, oh, I love this character so much. Like Starbuck from Battlestar Galactica, Fett. Yes, give me that. Love that. But otherwise, yeah.
Well, it is what it is. All right. Shoot my head out with this Barbie doll Star Wars figures. Barbie doll Star Wars figures. Did we talk about those?
Which are those?
I don't know.
The Forces of Destiny ones from a few years ago.
Forces of Destiny.
I picked those up for my girls when they were like on clearance for like $7.
I regret not picking those up when I had the chance.
Yeah, I regret not getting Ahsoka when she was like being clearance for $10, like
Mhm.
online. I never saw her in stores, but
I
online,
don't
and now
think I
she
ever
goes
saw
for
that
like
one. Yeah.
now she goes for like $200.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 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 Buy those things when you have the chance.
Yeah, never delay. If you see something, you think you might want it, buy it, sell it later if you don't want it.
I just buy it now. I'm like, I don't know.
Buy it now.
That's also you know my
Buy it
little,
now,
little...
Tom. No skipping on Ewoks when you see them.
Oh no! You know I got all of them. They all showed up. I
Mm.
got all of them. They're all here now. I bought them all.
But you didn't get Wicked when you could have gotten it.
No, I spent 3 times as much for Wicket, but I've got Wicket now.
That's what I mean.
I mean, it's only 3 times the amount for Wicket. It could be worse. Hasbro, I'm just waiting for you to give me a pat on the head, Hasbro. What? Oh no.
Bo-Katan TVC figure looks nice. It does. I don't have it yet. I think those are going to be shipping kind of soon. Probably by the end of the year, I would say. So I know a few people have them in hand. But yeah, I can't wait for that wave.
Yeah.
It's going to have Queel. It's going to have Bib Fortuna.
Wait, do we finally get Quill?
Yeah.
Finally, Quill. Everyone's favorite character. I can't wait to get Quill. Dave, how excited are you for Quill to show up? He's the little Ugnaught character.
I mean,
He's like, ah.
I've been waiting since I was 35 years old to get a Quill figure, and I can't wait any longer.
I've been waiting since last week.
He's here. He's finally here, guys. Quill. You can add him to your collection when you get the Razor Crest. It's the Razor Crest. Is it the one you bought, or is it the rubble outside that you just spread out on the sidewalk?
I just went and dug a hole yesterday, and that was my Razor Crest. Just throw a Quill figure in there.
Yeah, if you get in the Razor Crest, you need Quill. If you like Mando, you need Quill. So yeah, I'm looking forward to Quill personally. But yeah, I know
Quill sucks. Nobody likes Quill.
No.
He's the worst character. He's the worst character. Nobody likes Quill.
You felt nothing when he got blown dead.
As someone that doesn't
like
Quill. As someone that does not care for the Mandalorian very much.
I can't hear you. Because Quill is more important than all of you.
You hurt Quill's feelings. Aura Singh.
Oh, I just got that one last weekend.
Yeah, I actually did feel something. Yeah, no, that moment where Quill got killed off, it was actually very good. I was actually surprised that Quill and Carl Weathers figures were the ones that just showed up everywhere, and they like never went out of stock, and they were always the ones sitting around. I always send, whenever I travel somewhere and I go into one of these big box stores, I'll take a photo of the Star Wars thing, and it's just Quill and Carl Weathers figures. I'm like, yay! But like, I actually thought Quill was pretty fun. Yeah.
What about Black Series Blurg?
That'd be fun.
Yeah, I wouldn't count on it. I mean,
3 3/7. 3 3/7.
3 3/4 inch. Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense for the vintage collection because of the world building, and you know, that's a perfect format for a Blurg. But then again, Hot Toys is making a Blurg too. So I think it could work in Black Series, but we know how these deluxe Black Series tend to go. They go on markdown. They stay on Amazon for years on end at $20.
Yep.
So
they won't make that now.
That should have been the HasLab. That should have been probably the HasLab.
Yeah, Quill and the Blurg.
No, just the
$350. You get Quill. You get one of the leftover Quills and little Goblin. He's like, $350 sold. I'm doing it. I'm buying it. Oh shit! You're looking at your phone. You're time to go home.
Poor Quill. So anyhow, you know, going back to the HasLab for a moment, the only way that I would get in on backing that is if it hit every single tier, all the way to whatever the last one was, Luke.
Why?
That's the only way I would do it.
Why? Why like
Because at that point, I feel like the value, the Gamorrean guard, the bones are kind of dumb, but
you
the
already have the
bones.
Gamorrean guard?
Yeah, but to get it on the card with the giant coin would be
No,
You
kind
can
of.
have mine.
she's right. No, Tom, she's right because I feel like Hasbro set their price at $350, thinking this is what collectors will pay,
Right. Yes.
and they
That
didn't
is what
feel
they
that
did.
was the proper value, the collector, and they felt like to get this value, it has to hit all the tiers. And so she's right. I'm not gonna back it. I'm not gonna buy it, but I feel she's right.
Okay. All right. This is a different viewpoint, which I
Yeah.
appreciate. Which is like I'm
I
first
mean,
here.
look at it this way. They're selling it to you for $350.
Mhm.
They saw it was gonna fail. They went back to Hasbro and said, please tool us a brand new figure, which
Mhm.
costs hundreds of thousands of dollars,
Mhm.
and we'll throw it in for free.
a couple $100,000.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. So they knew it was overpriced. Somehow they made it work. They're going to sell it, after the fact on a regular Black Series card. Maybe they figure they're going to recoup some of it, but it was obvious enough that they overpriced it enough that they're going to throw in a brand new figure that's never been tooled,
Well,
and they're still going to make some money.
there's no chance that this is if it's overpriced or not. Do we want to talk about if it's overpriced or not?
Sure.
How do you guys feel? Do you think it's overpriced?
The price to me is what the consumer is willing to pay. Everything is overpriced. I mean, I just quickly the other day I spent $500 on just this one shelf right here.
Yeah.
Everything is overpriced.
I'm about to send you $50 to get a box in the mail. So like
No. You're gonna send me like $8. But yeah.
Wait until you see Biden's shipping costs.
Thanks, Biden.
Uh-huh.
But so whatever people want to spend, anyone who backed it has decided that it's worth $350. I would assume.
I'm one of those people.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I don't think the price is too outrageous, to be honest. I think 300 would sit a little bit better with me, but I also understand that the prices of everything have gone up. Cost of raw materials, cost of manufacturing, cost of transportation. It's going to cost more than it would have a year ago, 2 years ago. I don't think it's severely overpriced, but it's hard to find the value in just one big hulking piece of articulated plastic at $350.
And for me, like when it got leaked that they were going to make the Rancor, I was like, oh, it's going to cost $350 because that's what the Razor Crest cost. That's what the Sentinel cost. And everyone came back and said, yeah, but the Sentinel has lights. And like, you guys are collectors. Do you guys give a poo about lights?
No.
Like I'm grateful the sail barge doesn't have any lights, right?
Me too.
There's no like batteries I have to take out. I strung a bunch of like lights into it so I can turn it on. I'm like, hey, look at my lights in that sail barge. But like, I don't want lights in this. So I when they said that they're gonna make a big Rancor, I was like, it's gonna be $350. That's their low end price tag. Is it worth $350?
I don't know. Fogman 4 says $300 would have been about more in line. I mean, they probably, I'm just spitballing, they probably could have put $250 on the figure, set the amount to 11,000 backers instead of 9,000, and it probably would have backed a lot easier. I just saw Yakface posted today that Lando archive series, what did they say, 300,000 figures just shipped in this morning.
It makes me so sad about Lando. I'm
that's
sorry.
a figure that's gonna shelf rot. That's gonna sit on the pegs.
I'm so sorry. I'm so
all
sorry.
Landos do. I love Lando.
I know. Me too.
So they're gonna retool a Rancor keeper, brand new tooling, and they're gonna send out possibly 9,000 of these figures to do that. So maybe the price is a little bit high. They could have made money on it at 300 or 250, possibly. But again, they're setting this thing as a collector's series. HasLab. This is something that's going to be painted better than anything else. Something that can't be made anywhere else.
I actually like the paint.
It's going to be what people pay for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will you excuse me to grab another drink? Are we still chatting, guys? We're still chatting.
Yes, you're good. Go grab your drink. We'll keep your seat warm. All right. So I think this is an interesting thing. Um, the Rancor's arm span is nearly as wide as the barge.
Yeah.
Dave, if you had the Rancor, would you display it with its arms out like that?
I don't know. I don't have a true collection room. This is a difficult question for me in particular, but I would think as someone that would have the space, you would want to maximize bang for your buck. So that makes sense to me.
Or
Yeah.
like this, straight up?
Yeah. Or straight
Like
up.
that?
Yeah. Hmm.
It's it's just funny. It's like that's one of the things they in the images. It was like it's got this number of inches on the arm span, up and down. It's like, okay, but if I'm gonna pose it, I'm gonna pose it like attacking the
Hmm.
Luke or like eating the Gamorrean guard, something like that. It's like it's cool that it does that, but ultimately it's not that important to me.
Yeah. It's just another piece of marketing, I guess, to show you the extreme possibilities of this thing that you're purchasing.
I think somebody said that it got 2 more backers in the last little while. I'm trying to
Yeah,
find
I
the
think I said on the
paragraph.
last stream I don't purchase these larger ticket items, but I've been keeping track and checking almost every day. It interests me how many people are backing it. I mean, I hope it gets backed. I just want everything to succeed, I guess, but I mean, maybe it would be served better to not get backed and to have
Yeah,
Hasbro have to look at themselves in the mirror and assess what they did
right.
wrong.
Yeah, that's the thing of it too, is, I mean, we want everybody to get what they want, right?
Hmm.
If there's this possibility of people being really happy to have the Rancor in 6-inch scale, it's kind of a bummer for them that, to get so invested in something like this and for it to not to happen, right?
Yeah.
At the same time, that's kind of what HasLab is about. It's about seeing what works, seeing what people are willing to support, what they're willing to
Hmm.
pay, and then if something just doesn't click, then that's a lot of very expensive R&D, but it kind of tells Hasbro, hey, maybe we should focus our
Yeah.
efforts on other
Nobody's
things.
perfect, and if everything HasLab or Hasbro puts out succeeds, there's never going to be a chance for them to reflect and to make the product better.
Right. I think at this point it's more about saving face and not having that, poor publicity and, just being embarrassed about, this first Black Series HasLab not being successful.
I
I
find
That's
mean,
why they're pulling all
that
the
is
punches.
that's an incredibly frustrating thing because really they should just accept like this didn't work.
mhm,
And I'm in the camp that I really want this big Rancor, right? Um, but like they should just like, all right, this didn't work out. It is what it is. It's like Cookie Monster. It didn't happen. So Ray back to Cookie Monster. Yeah, that's the one that surprised me, man. Like I was convinced Cookie Monster was a done deal. Like there are Sesame Street collectors out there that are like nuts about this stuff, and like
Mm.
they didn't go in for that. But also, like, am I the rare person in the Star Wars Black series that wants the big creatures? Like, like you guys don't want it. Matt Cohen from shooting the Galaxy. I don't think he's in for it.
hmm,
So, like, maybe this wasn't the right choice. Bums me out, but
Yeah, yeah. I think they just need us to accept, if it doesn't pass, which I'm not optimistic that it's going to, despite all the things they've been throwing at it. I it just, they're really trying. They're really trying, and
Mhm.
I think the more they try and the less it's likely they get back, the worse it's going to look in the end for
yeah,
them and overall.
Well,
So
I'd rather they tried everything they could, and then at the end of the day, they're like, well, Black Series collectors don't want a Rancor.
Yeah.
I don't think
think
that's what it is, though. I think it's everything we've mentioned tonight: price, tiers, marketing, timing.
the
Definitely.
timing ain't great. If you're loading it up against like the Proton pack, which is sort of like the sail barge, and like people had wanted that forever. The GI Joe one, that's gonna make it.
I don't know about that. I know you're optimistic about that one. I don't know.
Yeah, it's even gone up while we've been. Yeah, the
So is the
Sky Striker's
Rancor
gonna
by
make
2.
art.
So is the Rancor by 2.
Sky Striker's gone up more than that.
All right, I'm
But I
gonna cut
like
out. And I'll be
this.
right back. Is that cool?
Of course.
All right, be right back.
Yeah, what I'm wondering is, they said when they announced Malakili as being included, they said he's been in the works. He's coming into the main line, which I've already said I don't think that's true. But if the Rancor does not get funded, do they still release Malakili? I mean, they've already said he was already in the works. They've already kind of said that. So
No. The works for Malakili is he's a digital render, early stage digital render. No, over and done with. And also, if we don't have a Rancor, do you need Rancor Keeper? I don't.
not in Black Series.
No, I don't care either. There's Max Rebo Band and Reese and Squid Face that I want before that. And also, you could just give me them, and then I'd be pretty content.
I'd prefer to have the aliens myself.
Right. Yeah. Over Rancor Keeper. Yeah.
Super Source says Rancor Keeper would be the peg warmer of the century. Quite possibly.
Someone else said that to me through a text message recently. I don't remember who it was. It was you, Victoria. It was you.
I did?
Yeah. Yeah. No, yeah. You were like, oh yeah, well that's gonna take the slot of a new character, and it's gonna peg warm when they release it later.
Yes, I did say that. Yeah, I did say that. That is true. Anything.
Oh, is this just me? Am I just the one on here right now? Hello. Golly jeepers.
Kicked out of my own live stream.
Oh, hobgoblins. I was like, is it just me?
No.
Let's talk about the Fermi paradox.
No. Yeah, it's if it comes into the main line, it's going to be taking the slot of something else that people might potentially really want.
And my argument was I would rather the Rancor Keeper over probably what a lot of other people would currently want.
Right. Look, now Dave's on the bottom.
Oh.
That's not the first time for that, though, is it, Dave? Hey-o.
Hey, that's personal.
Oh my gosh.
It's past midnight. Victoria's Cantina. Victoria's Secret Cantina.
All right, Tom. All right.
You guys said I could show up drunk.
We did.
Yeah.
We also said you had to keep it rated PG-19 or so.
PG-19. What is it in Europe? Isn't it like something 14 or something? The other rating system? I forget what that is.
Europeans are dirty, filthy communists, and we don't talk about them here. We have freedom fries.
Oh,
I was born in Europe, Tom.
Oh gosh! Oh, you're a hobgoblin. You're one of them.
No, I'm not.
Wait,
what country?
No, I'm just fooling. I was born here. Never left here. Still here in Pennsylvania.
Golly jeepers. Hey, you guys, what do you think of Ghostbusters, the afterlife of Harold Ramis?
I liked it, and I got through the second act, and I was like, oh God, they're doing the same story again. And I was worried. But the way the third act played out, I really liked it.
Okay.
But I mean, I had that moment in the theater. I was like, I'm not going to like this because it's the same movie.
Yeah, they're doing
the same thing. Yeah.
Vic?
Yeah, it was a little repetitive at the end. Just kind of going through the motions of the same thing, basically. But I mean, whatever. I mean, would you rather see that and have them together one more time and it not be perfect, or just never see them again? I'm good with it.
I'm actually a fan of the 2016 Ghostbusters.
I liked that one.
Yeah, and I've seen it a few times.
I've seen it a few times.
Yeah.
Too. Yeah, it's funny.
And
The ending on that movie sucks because it tries to become a big blockbuster.
Mhm.
But it's like, this is, guys, you're not doing a blockbuster. You're doing a wacky nonsense comedy here.
Yeah, I like
you're
it,
being sarcastic.
and my wife likes it a lot. Like
Wait,
a
are you
lot.
being
She's a big
sarcastic?
Bridesmaids fan, and I kind of look at that movie as like a Bridesmaids 2. And so we
Dave.
went to see Afterlife.
Dave, are you being sarcastic right now?
No, I'm kind of half serious.
Because I will tell you what, I'm totally with you, actually. I'm totally with you.
I mean, it's
100% with you.
not a Ghostbusters movie, but I enjoy that Ghostbusters is in that movie. And my wife enjoys it a lot, and we watched it like 2 days after we saw Afterlife. My wife is a big fan of the movie because she doesn't care about Ghostbusters just like I do.
Mhm.
And then we watched it, and she was like, "Oh, after seeing Afterlife, I can see why people hate this movie."
Right.
Being someone that really likes the movie, and I was like, "Yeah, it's obvious now."
Yeah, I liked the 2016 movie. I thought it was funny, and I laughed at all the jokes. Specifically, it's the anti-Irish fence. Like, that's the sort of gags I like. Yeah, but the new movie was fun. It was good. It was almost as good as Ghostbusters 2.
I know you love that movie.
Anyway. Yeah, so I want to talk a little bit about the collecting landscape now that we're in the holiday season. Is there any chance that this looks anything? I got fighting a sneeze. Is there any chance that this?
I like Bugman's too. Most people hated it, but good for you.
But good for you. That's actually pretty good.
I mean, I had fun.
That's funny.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, is there any chance that this holiday collecting season landscape is going to have any semblance to what it's looked like in years past?
What years past? I'm like 40 some odd years old. I'm 40 something, 45 or 43 or something.
Pre-pandemic, or even last year when.
But even pre-pandemic, no, it's not going to look like when I went to the stores in the 80s. No.
Can I just be honest that today I thought that 2023 was the new year? I didn't even know what year it was. So
I'll be right back. It's my turn to step away.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah.
20. It's going to be 2022. Yeah. I don't know either. I can't tell.
It just feels like the longest.
Welcome to your 40s.
Ever.
Yes. I missed the 80s too. The 80s were terrible, but man, I loved all the advertising cartoons they put on there to be like, buy this. Fugman.
No, I mean, I don't think it's going to be the same as other years. I don't think the stock is going to be the same. We have all these port problems, supply chain problems. No, it's not going to be the same. I was actually holiday shopping before Thanksgiving, and the crowds were, to me, seemed like they were like New Year's Eve or Christmas Eve crowds.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed people are trying to jump on it early on all sorts of things. So I don't think it's going to be the same this year.
No. And I don't think that the children these days give as much of a shit about like getting their My Sweet Betty doll or their Cabbage Patch or their He-Man. I think they're more interested in the apps that you just like download, and it's going to affect us older people more than it will a younger person. I think it's much easier to get a kid their Christmas present of being a new app on their phone, or the new subscription to the digital service that lets them watch the thing.
I have 2 kids now, and the youngest is 4, and she is wildly into Camp Cretaceous, the Netflix Jurassic World Jurassic Park show, and she has patiently waited. She's 4. She's waited a year and a half to get the 6 main characters, which is ridiculous, because when we were kids, you saw a movie, you saw a show that you liked, you went to the store and you bought all the figures. So I find that amazing.
Hang on.
Amazing.
Masters of the Universe. No. It took years to get all 6 main characters.
Okay, that was before my time, but
yeah, Sorceress and Orko didn't come out until the end of it, and they're like the main other characters. But okay, sorry. I'm just like, I get it. I get their pain. I get their frustration. The ones they didn't get yet are gonna be the most important ones later. Orko and Sorceress are the ones that, like the first ones I bought mint card and the vintage, like, because
yeah, that was just a few years before my time. And like we've been talking in chats and stuff. I'm so glad my oldest is like into Masters of the Universe. She really likes both of the Netflix series that are on now.
Yeah.
But she's also weirdly into she kind of falls on the inverse. She's into the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the 2012 series. So some of the things that I've been purchasing have been the figures that are older. So I'm buying like loose figures and stuff for her for Christmas this year.
Older now.
Yeah, because they're
2012, 10 years. So that's the best incarnation of Ninja Turtles. No question. Like I grew up with when the original ones came out. I bought a bunch of the original comics. I've got issue 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 through stuff. The 2012 version of Ninja Turtles was the best version of Ninja Turtles. I'm getting slurry right now because I'm drunk. Sorry, guys.
I don't think so.
But my point remains. That was the best version of Ninja Turtles. 2012.
Oh, it's great. I'm a fan of it. Yeah.
Have you watched all of it?
Yes, we are currently watching. We got past season 4, and season 5 I think is kind of weak, but we haven't finished season 5 yet. But I mean, it's great. I was just like, wow, I don't remember Turtles being this good.
Oh yeah. That's the best version of it. It's very, very good.
I'm back. I thought for a moment.
Hello, Victoria. I missed you.
I thought for a moment I was going to end up on bottom, but it didn't happen.
No, you're the boss.
Yeah, I guess
I'm always the bottom. Let's be honest, guys.
Hey, Mike is here. We need to get Mike onto Cocktail Hour one of these days.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
I believe that he has similar feelings about the Rancor that I do.
I think so.
He wants it, and it makes me sad that I'm losing confidence, guys. I'm losing confidence.
They have a chance now that they announced the Rancor Keeper, but I don't know. I would not be surprised if Ghostbusters is the only one that makes it in the end.
Sky Striker's got it. No question. Sky Striker's got it.
I don't know about that. I know you keep going back to that, but I'll believe it when I see it. And that's in 4 days. That's in 4 days.
Oh, is it 4 days? All right.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, you guys got RSN yet?
I do, yeah.
I do not. Mine got lost or something in transit.
No. Oh, she's very good. I got her in Greenville, South Carolina back in October. Brought her back in November. Great figure. The Hasbro likeness thing that's going on with the face sculpts for female figures right now is just like stunning. It's a great figure.
No, it
You'll
looks
love it.
cool. Yo, no, I know I will. I know I will. Contrary to the thing with the Rancor, I still have every single Black Series figure. Sans the first Salacious Crumb. It's the only one I didn't get because I didn't get that exclusive pack.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
have everything else. Have everything else. So
You don't have to buy it all, dude. You just
you don't
get the
have to
ones you
buy it
want.
all.
Yeah.
You don't have to buy it all. Absolutely. And that's the takeaway here. Unless you're somebody like me and some people that I know that has to buy them all, then you don't have to buy them all.
But I'm definitely in the camp that's like I'm more likely now to buy the thing that I think I might want later, because I've made some mistakes in the past where I've like, oh, maybe I want that. Oh no, later it cost me a lot of money. And that's why
It costs you a lot of money. You toss it across the room.
it was $30. $30.
What did it cost originally?
I think each one of those was $20 originally. And I think on the aftermarket they go for a lot more right now. So yeah. I just want to know that I've got it.
I don't know anything about Fortnite. All I know is that it those figures look fun. Those figures do look fun. I'll say that.
Yeah, it's a dance game. They're all like,
yeah, I'm right. That kind of
Joe Biden. Joe Biden.
I see that my locals are represented in here today. San Diego, Imperial Beach. Very cool. Very cool. And my neighbors. All right. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, there's still 4 days on the two of these campaigns, so we'll see. There's time left, but time is running short. So
yeah.
Let's see where the Rancor is right now. The Rancor is at 52.42. Yeah, I generally no, probably not going to happen. And they shouldn't extend it, which bums me. But the people have spoken. I'm in the minority that wants this I want a Rancor that like sits on me. I was like, argh! And like my cat jumps up here. It's like, here's my little tail. I'm like, you can't get in there. There's a Rancor here. Like,
Well, I'm glad they did everything they
Rancor.
could do to try to get this thing backed. But how do you guys feel with setting a precedent for future campaigns that like maybe people hold out to the absolute end because tiers don't reflect what they want?
Good for them. Good for the consumers. Yeah,
I agree with what Chris posted on Bantha Skull, that this setting this precedent is going to come back to haunt them in future HasLabs, because we're going to be in the same situation every single time, and then they're going to have to up the ante towards the end just to get it to pass, and then if it doesn't, the whole thing's worthless. So I think it's setting a really poor precedent. It's unfortunate it rolled out this way, but
I mean, I personally believe that you should want on day one the price of the item. You should want to back it, and regardless of the tiers, you should just want to back it. And the fact that the Rancor, nobody wanted to back it until they were hoping to get these tiers. People backed it, did not get the tiers that they were hoping to get, and pulled their backing away. Just showed that it was wrong.
I think you're right, because I backed in early-ish, where I was like, I'm just backing the Rancor because I want the Rancor. But yeah, like other people were like, if I want the Rancor, I want to have Ula to display with it, or the Rancor keeper to display with it.
I already told you they're never on screen at the same time.
But like sure, but you want to have the figure of like, oh no, look out, it's Ula, or it's the Rancor, and no, you want to do that, sure, that's fine.
Hey, we have the
wanna do that.
Mattel Creations Jurassic World with the Samuel L. Jackson character. You know, we want to see what happened. You know, right? Like a deleted possible scene or something. You know, so maybe we can reenact it with our Rancor. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
At
Can't
this
believe I
point,
forgot the Ray Arnold name.
I know. Yeah.
It's
Rail.
late.
Hang on. All right. So we have now 2 days and 23 hours, almost 3 days. 52:42.
Wow.
I'm generally very convinced, very confident after everything that Lena told me about the sail barge. I don't think the Rancor is going to make it unless they extend it, and I
What
don't
was?
think
Do you happen to know? Did it get the? It did not get the 1/3 backers after 3 days.
What?
The Rancor.
No, the Rancor did. Yeah, it was no question. It was fine. It wasn't until the tears came out and then it started dropping a
Okay.
lot that it was like, well, that's
And it has to hit the.
that's generally it's like you get a third of the way there in the first 3 days, and then it keeps trickling slightly up, and then the last 3 days it hits it, but instead of trickling up, it like dropped and like kept dropping, and that's unusual. That's not the normal.
Well, we'll
Rate.
see, because it's kind of back, maybe slightly more than it was 2 weeks ago with that live stream. So if it hit the, it initially hit the 1/3 in the 3 days, correct?
Yeah, it did. But
We'll
you
see.
know,
Yeah.
could still happen. I'll tell you what, guys. If the sail barge didn't happen, I would have hung myself out this window. My wife would have shown up and come into the house, be like, "Tom, where's my dinner?" and screamed, and then she runs to the window, and I'm like, dead. But like this is like, well, you know, I have like 6 other Rancors, so you know, the one
So
that
where'd you
the one
display
that
yours at?
what?
Where is your where's it displayed?
Oh, hang on.
Mine's up here on the shelf. You can't. It's out of view, but it's there.
Wait, you're talking about displaying the Rancor?
No. The sail barge.
Oh, I can't. It's right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
With light, it's cool. He has lights on it, and it's a party.
Yeah, it's the yeah, we have a sort of a second story here in our studio apartment, and that is the thing that is the thing that breaches this section to the next section. It's like a wall.
Cool.
Yeah. The thing takes up a lot of space, that's for sure. You got to kind of commit to a spot once you find a place for it.
The awesome thing about this one, and if you guys have never seen it, I hope that Lena still has her old Instagram story post that she can send to you guys, because it was her plan that put it up there. We had to use a power drill that drilled into the ceiling, a hammer drill, because the ceiling is concrete.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
But yeah, it's hanging. It's right there.
You have your
Yeah.
Millennium Falcon really cool displayed, right? I think I've seen that. Oh, nice.
Wait. There it is.
All right, I'm coming over, Tom. I'm gonna hang out.
Dave, I would happily welcome that.
We'll all come over and we'll just throw the biggest cocktail hour in person party of all time. It'll be a fun time for all.
I would go crazy for that, and Lena would love it too. She'd be like, "Tom gets to talk to his toy friends about toys, and I don't have to."
I have $600, $600 more dollars or something in flight credits that got canceled during the pandemic, and I have to book a flight before the end of the year. So where should I go? Should I go to California? I can't imagine a flight to New York would be that expensive.
No, I mean you just drive a car to New York, man.
Yeah, I'd be
like,
there in 90
it's
minutes.
Our train. Oh my God. Yeah, they're out there. They're out there tonight.
Friday night. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Friday. We're all drinking. Fugman 4. You gosh darn right, good sir.
Props to Fugman for it. He's been here from like the beginning and just consistent with the chat. I don't always know exactly what he's asking or saying, but he's still there. So props for his presence.
But are we aware of what I'm asking or saying either?
I'm
only if you're aware of what Dave's asking that I'm asking that you're not asking.
Oh no, the cops are coming for me. They are. 2 sentinels for yourself.
2 sentinels? Yeah, some people got quite a few sentinels. I have a friend that told me that a friend of his bought 4 sentinels. So
wow.
Yeah.
Unicron 1/4. Yeah, I believe that. I saw that at Comic-Con. It was like, oh my god, that thing is just huge.
I mean, you guys just got to take a look at it, but you don't realize the sail barge makes a room. There's a room upstairs now, but there was like a little ledge, and now it's like now we have a room.
The sail barge is certainly a centerpiece item. It is certainly something that anchors a section of a room and draws the eye with its velvety red sails, with its detailed brown panels, with its ability to house multiple figures in a kitchen. It's got a built-in kitchen. It's got a jail cell for prisoners. It's got a place for Jabba to plug himself into. It's got a speaker for Jabba to talk into. It's got an area for the band. It's got murals. It's got breakaway railing bits. It's got clear landing gear so it looks like it's floating. I don't know why I'm trying to sell something that's been out of production for years now, but it's cool. Is what I'm.
It's amazing, and I love it.
It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
It is amazing. It is amazing for sure.
My Black Series shelf has a Queel. It's the centerpiece.
Tom's favorite character.
It's just the one that sits there.
It just ties the shelf together. It just.
I know
what to send. Good old Quill.
I know what we should send Tom for Christmas this year.
I'm gonna go to my Targets and just buy all the Queels. I'm gonna send you like 12 of them.
You send him the Queels, and I'll send him the Carl Weathers.
Your Turtle Party Wagon box in Queels.
I want the Turtle Party Wagon box. Yes.
Protected by Queels.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Ooh, this is kind of rough. Ooh. Yeah. Oh man, I take away that compliment. Ooh. Yeah, harsh. Very harsh. Yeah. Man,
boo.
What do you mean? It's literally live right now. How is it dead?
Well, all right. In fairness, Victoria's, I think she has the new full-time job working on her main profession now, that she's not spending as much time on like YouTube talking about Star Wars with us goblins. She's like,
and this is ad free. There's no ads on this thing, and it's
there's no ads. Fuck man.
If the 34,000 subscribers want to pack up and leave, that's up to them. But looks pretty alive to me from what I can tell. So that's all I got to say about that.
I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm also like
but
you guys are the only people in the country that are willing to talk to me right now. My wife went to LA to watch the BTS concert.
That's not unlike his comment though, Tom.
It's
not unlike his comment that most people hated that Ghostbusters movie, but good for you that you liked it.
Yeah,
I thought that was directed at me because I
or whomever it was directed at.
The 2016 Ghostbusters movie was not as bad as Ghostbusters 2.
What? You know what? I don't know if I disagree with that.
You probably don't. You probably don't. Yeah.
I really like Ghostbusters 2, except I watched it again after we talked.
But
I like it still.
Do you think it's a good movie?
It's a
Or
good
do you
Ghostbusters movie.
like it? Or do you like it?
I like it,
Okay.
and it's
But
a
is
good
it a good
Ghostbusters.
movie? All right,
I
wrong.
I don't think if I can say if it's a good movie, it's a good Ghostbusters movie.
Victoria, what are your vintage collection figures there? Is that fucking Anton Merrick?
Yeah.
PG-13.
Oh, did I swear again? Sorry.
I needed
Okay.
I just needed, a little background scenery in the little desk thing. So that's Anton Merrick.
Okay, hang on. Heads up, folks. Old Tom's drunk. So I have that package in South Carolina with my mom because we bought it back in October when we had to go visit my mom. Should I keep that in the package? I guess I should, right?
I don't know. I bought 3 of them, so I can't tell you. Can't judge one way or another.
You bought 3 of them. You bought 3 of them.
X-Wings. Yeah.
Nice.
That's when Target had the 25% off coupon. So I bought 3 of them. I found it in store and I got 3 of them. So I'll tell you why I needed 3. I wanted one just to preserve entirely. Just,
Yeah.
I wanted another one so I could take the figure out and put it in its own clamshell case and put it on the wall. This one. And then I needed one to open and put in the cockpit of the X-Wing. So I sold one of the X-Wings though, and I kept the figure.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. How much you sell the X-Wing for?
What I paid for it. So
Fair.
it was yeah. So really I only bought 2 and I got them both at 25% off. So not bad.
Yeah. Yeah. With the last time I went to Greenville, in the same Target we went to, they had 2 more of that set, and I was like, "Well, I don't think this is going to be a problematic thing for us to get."
Wait, what? What's problematic?
To get that set, I think everyone's going to be able to get that. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think so.
I haven't seen it yet. I mean, I haven't frequented Targets a lot lately, but I go a lot, like at least once a week. I haven't seen it in any of them here on the East Coast.
I only saw it that one time. Then
Yeah.
I think this was in October, and I only saw it that one time. And it was at
Well,
that one store. They had like 8 of them.
I'm seeing on some of the Facebook groups that people are seeing it again recently in the last week or so. So I think it'll be accessible for everyone who wants to get it. So,
God damn it! Then why did I fucking spend them?
Tom,
3 strikes, you're out.
Potty mouth. Go to the corner. It's like I tell my students, you know what? Your timeout. You need to go sit in the corner for a little bit. Come back when you know how to speak with kindness.
Oh no!
He's gonna do it. He's gonna do it.
What? Here comes
in the corner over here.
Come on, baby girl. Come on, baby girl. Guess who's coming to see us?
It can't be a being of the feline variety, can it?
Oh my gosh! Oh no! Here's someone that doesn't want to hang out. She's a bum cat and she wants to do pouncies.
Now I feel like I need to go get the dog.
Yes, get your little dog. Oh.
My animal. I'm in a garage away from my house.
Oh my gosh,
animals
she's
are
so
all
worked
inside
out.
and be left out.
Jason says that you're his hero, Tom.
Oh, thanks, Jason. I appreciate it.
And I did get myself more of this Cody Go with 1 ice cube this time, and it's tasting even better now.
You're in San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to look up San Diego in comparison to Los Angeles because I didn't realize they were like really apart. Because like previously I was like, "Hey, Victoria, my wife's hanging out. Go hang out with my wife."
Geographically they're not too far, but in terms of traffic, it could take a really long time to get to and from.
Yeah. Hi there.
Yeah, no, it's it depends on a good day I could get to like Hollywood in 2 hours. Like if it's like a Sunday morning, like 8 a.m.
It's not local and quick.
Yeah. But if I do that in the middle of the day, it's gonna take like 3 hours or more.
There's a lot of purring going on right now. Hey, let's talk about nerd shit instead of
What have we been talking about the whole time?
Oh, nerd stuff. I got Ahsoka Vintage Series on GameStop.
oh shit boxers. I haven't got my mall ones yet.
I have my mall one right here.
No, that's bad kittens. This is bad kit. Oh no!
I thought you didn't do 3 3/4.
Well, I've been listening to the Vintage Collection podcast.
Ah, the vintage collection.
And then
I've heard of
wanted to
it.
buy these.
I've heard of that.
Yeah, I haven't gotten those ones yet.
My Ahsokas are in the mail, and once I get them, I will open one set up and keep one carded, and I'll probably put them up there somewhere. But yeah, no joking. I listened to your podcast, and I was like, I gotta buy these.
You know, those are, I know we mentioned earlier, those are two of like the best 3 3/4 inch. I'd put those both. They're in the same way, but I'd put them in the top 5 of all time.
Oh sure.
3 3/4 Star Wars.
Yeah.
And I would also put the recent Lando in there too.
Which Lando?
The Best Bin Lando.
I don't know if I have him.
3 3/4.
Yeah, I don't know if I got him or not.
I have plenty of extras if you need. He ships 3 to a case. So
good to know.
Yeah, I have extras. But yeah, no, they're killing it with a 3 3/4 inch. You know, just the quality. The quantity sure is not what it once was, but the quality is certainly there. And you know, if I had to, as I mentioned earlier, if I had to choose between going back to 2007, where it was the quantity, but also, you know, decent quality, or, you know, just these home runs that are coming out more and more frequently, I you know, I'm pretty comfortable with where things are going. And I think in the next month or so, month and a half, we're going to see a few things blow up. And that's scale.
Well, I love that, but also I would choose to go back to the 2007 time.
You don't like paying $14 a figure? What's wrong with you?
You could give me $14 a figure. I think I got back into the line when it was like, there's so much of this stuff. I mean, oh my gosh, like everything you could ask for. Like, what are all these crazy things? And now it's like, it's a new retro collection series. It's 6 or 7 characters that look like Boba Fett and a stormtrooper.
That's what sells.
Mm-hmm.
That's what sells. Yeah,
that's what sells.
Yeah.
Mike says, "What's the TVC person's name and has our team?" Yeah, it is Emily, and she is amazing. She's kind of the head of the vintage collection design team, and she's she's responsible for a lot of the awesome stuff we're seeing. She's absolutely, and she knows her Star Wars. She's like, she's awesome.
She was really the one. Cool. She was the one displaying the Tantive 4 playset, right? Yeah. She's
Yeah, they got some true talent over there. And
so remember, if you get angry about Star Wars stuff, it's not the Star Wars people's team's fault. They have limited budgets that they are trying to work around.
You know, yeah, it's funny. It's like anything, right? Like if you don't like, you go to a store and you're not happy with the policy, it's like, well, you know, they're just there to tell you what the policy is. They're not there to, you know, people that they've never even met make the policy. And it's the same with anything. I find it in my profession. I'm sure you guys see that in yours. You know, it's not justified. It's unfair, but it comes with the territory, unfortunately.
Yeah. I agree.
Cool.
That's also why I believe that maybe it was Emily that was the one from the Black Series team that went to the higher ups. Someone went to the higher ups and said, "This isn't going to happen. You're not going to make your money unless you give these people some of this stuff." I think it was Patrick that did it though. I think we're all like, oh, Patrick, he's so buttoned up, but it's like,
I mean, nobody that's in that kind of a role is gonna take it lightly. Nobody's gonna try to do a bad job. I mean, anybody that's that prominent and is that, high profile is obviously gonna want to succeed, right? And to push things and
if they
do
want to
do a
work
good
in that
job.
job, yeah,
Yeah, right.
yeah,
So
yeah. But it might have been Emily.
I don't know. Or yeah, who knows? We'll never know. We do know that there is under 3 days left, and we'll know very soon whether or not there will ever be another Black Series HasLab. That's what we do know.
5242 is still 5242.
It's gone up in the time we've been streaming. It's gone up 1. It went down 1. It went up 2.
Hey,
So
I spent a lot of money on
52.42.
toys recently, so if I'm not spending $350 on a giant Rancor, that's not going to be the end of the world for me because I own a lot of big Rancors. Hello, Kalinda. Hey
yeah,
guys, who here wants to see my cat?
I do.
Who wants to see my
Sure.
cat? Who in the chat wants to see my cat?
Who wants to see the cat? You know what? I'm gonna go get my dog. If you're gonna get your cat, I'm gonna go get my dog.
Oh, I'm left out. Let's go inside and get my cat.
Oh, it's my baby, my furry. Oh no, she's all worked up. Oh, look at this cat. She's so worked up.
She's pretty.
She's a good kitten.
How old is she?
7.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I think my cats are 4. I have a brother and sister cat from the same litter, and they're both 4. And I have a dog that is 6.
Hi, baby girl. Hi, baby girl. Hi, baby girl.
Oh, I'm left out.
Oh my goodness. What's your little dog's name again?
You're Dixie.
Oh, Dixie. Oh, Dixie.
There she
Everybody
is.
loves Dixie.
The cutest dog in the history of the world.
She is the cutest dog in the history of the world. Look at her. Look at her little face. Look at the face. Look at the face. How much love. When you go to sleep at night.
I'm so left out.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. When you go to sleep at night, does Dixie come up and like, it's time for a cuddle? Excuse me.
Yeah, she sleeps right next to me.
Yeah. That's what's going to happen with little Kalinda tonight. Lena's out of town. My wife is out of town. So little Kalinda, she's going to come pounce on me.
She's waving to your cat.
She's going to be like, hello. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. This is my little bestie.
Little Dixie. She's pretty little dog.
Yeah, thank you. She is. All right, you want to get down or do you want to stay in my lap? You can stay in my lap. Just don't hit any buttons. Remember last time she threw me out of the live stream?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Oh, no. That's bad puppies. That's bad puppies.
It was an accident. I think her tail hit the button or something. Cool. We become the Cantina pet cast. Cantina chatter
with my
pet
camera.
cast.
I love it. I can talk about my cat much more than I can talk about Star Wars, believe it or not.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Yeah. Till the end of time.
Supersaurus
says final Rancor tier. Grogu enamel pin. Clever. Yeah, that enamel pin was weird.
What was the enamel pin? Was that a thing?
That was a thing that came randomly with some of the pre-orders late last year for the Vintage Collection Walmart exclusive Mandalorian build-up pack that came with Grogu. It's weird. It wasn't there originally. Then it showed up on the listing on the site. It's not a Hasbro product. It's just a random pin. And then some orders received it, some did not. Some people were infuriated that they didn't get their pin. And then Walmart was like, well, it wasn't meant to be there. It was a mess. But yeah, I ended up getting 3 of those pins. So.
Oh, cool. Well, that's fun.
I don't collect pins, but it is cool.
You know something? The best thing about pins is if you don't collect them, you can drive over a highway and like throw them out of a bridge at other people.
Whoa.
Like, to like hurt them or frighten them when they're like, oh, I'm just going here. And there's like a pin that comes down and like hits them in the No.
Yeah, let's go with no on that one. It's a no from me.
That's how people
Go to
think
the corner.
aliens exist.
Go to the corner. Rethink what you've done.
Well, I guess I'm bad kittens. Do you want to see my Fortnite figures again? They're
Yeah,
just sitting here.
definitely.
No, they're just sitting here in a package, and I'm not going to open those.
No live unboxing tonight. What?
Oh no, Clinton's going to do a vomit now.
Oh no.
Are you doing a vom, Kalinda?
Get the
That's
police
the
cars.
worst.
It's true. We're doing that. Oh no, what a bum cat.
Tom is off the rails. Yes, certainly off the rails.
I mean,
Even more so than normal.
Oh, golly jeepers. I apologize.
Don't apologize. I feel like you make the night. Like,
Yeah.
seriously.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Like, me
Eventually
and
they'll-
Victoria would just be boring.
Right. Eventually, he would start talking about
The
helicopters
Fermi
that
paradox.
really he thought was a UFO. Oh, maybe it could have been a helicopter.
It's not helicopters. It's not. It's also like ghosts are made up, but the Fermi paradox and aliens are real. And like,
They're not real until you have an experience that.
And remember,
convinces you.
I had my spooky experience.
Yeah, yes,
and-
that's true.
Yep, I'm sure you have those every day though.
No, that's just alcohol poisoning, right, Kalinda?
It's
Right,
your
Kalinda?
liver.
Come here, baby girl. Here comes someone that says, "Oh yeah, oh no, it's so much, it's so much bad."
It's funny how Tom goes from that to this with the cat. Like from you should throw the pins at people to this. It's
You know,
just-
cats aren't real, Tom.
cats are make believe.
Yeah,
But this is my cuddle bears.
It's not.
It's
It's
just
not
a
real.
hallucination.
No.
You're asleep right now.
Oh no.
When you
Oh,
wake up, cats don't exist in the real world. They're not even a thing.
That would be a
You
terrible
guys.
world. Could you imagine waking up without no cats?
no cats. No, that would make me so sad.
Yeah.
Right. Well, how do you feel about that, Kalinda? Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know. That doesn't sound good to me.
Well, what other topics do you guys have that you'd like to focus on? We've been going about 2 hours now. We can either call it or we can.
I'm fine to keep going, but whatever.
I can go a little longer too. I can do
Does
this all
that-
day.
Does that mean I can have one more drink?
yes.
Yeah,
Acknowledging that like old Tom's showing up and like it's old drunken Tom's here.
Yeah, you can't get more.
I hope I'm not. mean.
What's another drink gonna do at this point?
Oh.
You go
Oh.
get yours, and then when you come back, I'll get mine. And we'll talk about something or other.
But I can't
Something or
leave
other.
until this little cat is like, oh. Hang on.
This is a very random stream, that's for sure.
So, how's everyone's tree decorating going? I know I have a lot of ornaments that are special to me and the properties that I love. I have many Star Wars, many Jurassic Park, Back to the Future, Dr. Seuss Grinch, things. How do you decorate your tree, Victoria?
I'm more of a traditionalist in my decorating.
Okay.
In fact, I haven't actually done anything because I went to Texas for Thanksgiving to visit my family. Hadn't been there in 2 years. Hadn't seen my parents in 2 years, so it was really nice. So my goal for this weekend, that's one of the things: put the lights on outside, decorate, get the tree, decorate, and now, of course, I don't think it would be natural for any Star Wars fan to not have some sort of Star Wars decorations in their arsenal. So I do have some ornaments that go on the tree from various Star Wars characters, some of the Hallmark stuff from over the years. I have the Black Series holiday figures from last year that I'll probably bust out and get them somewhere visible. And I have some Jurassic too. I have some Jurassic ornaments that'll probably go on the tree. So yeah, you got to represent it a little bit. You got to represent your interests a little bit.
Yeah, my wife is very traditionalist, and the tree is one place where we get away with anything the kids are into. And I think Star Wars, I have like a Yoda, an R2-D2, and Grogu ornament as far as Star Wars go. I realized this year I don't have any Ghostbusters on my tree. That's something that I need to add.
Yeah, I don't have any Ghostbusters either, now that you mention it.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, we will make it happen. All right. Mike says, I forgot to bust out the holiday figures. Yeah, got to get those out.
Make a real tree. We go real tree every year. And thanks to Joe Biden, the trees are really expensive this year. They're like $20 more than they were last year. We got like an 8-foot tree. It's like $90. But there's more space to put ornaments on, so I got everything on there.
True.
Silver
linings. It's more expensive, but you got more space to decorate. I'm gonna get a real tree too. I just love the smell. I love waking up to that. I love coming home and opening the door and smelling that fresh cut tree smell. And you can't buy them too early though, because I find that they dry out. So I think a week after Thanksgiving usually kind of seems like it'll hold.
We always buy them. Well, at least maybe the last 5 years, we go on Black Friday, get a tree, and it's always lasted till Christmas. So we're fortunate in that way.
Yeah. You just can't beat it. You just can't beat that, having the real tree and, the little needles falling off and you having to sweep them up. And it's just part of the experience. Having to water it every night. Making sure it's still green. There he is. I half thought he wasn't going to come back.
Oh, golly jeepers.
It wasn't that long. I had faith.
Wait, I'm sorry. I legit thought I was disconnected.
Huh.
Oh, you're connected.
Oh, did you hear me singing to my cat?
No.
No, we didn't.
All right, well.
Oh, I'm back on top.
Yeah, I think we're back to where we were at the very beginning.
I'm going to cut out, and I'll be back in 1 minute. I'll be back on the bottom.
That's always where I want you guys to be.
All right.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, but I never show up on the bottom. I always go back to the top. So.
Well,
because I'm hosting, I guess. That's just the way it does that.
We love you, Victoria, and that's how we like you to be.
All right, I'll accept that. Yeah, so I am in the process of, Figure Shield, if you're into clamshell cases, boring clamshell cases for your figures, you keep a carded collection, whether it's 6-inch, 3 3/4 inch, Marvel Legends, whatever. Figure Shield has recently completely from the ground up redesigned their 3 3/4 inch vintage collection cases. Yeah, she's just looking at me.
Oh no! It's a trouble dog. What a good little puppy.
Yeah, she's like looking at me. Hey,
she's so happy. She's so happy.
Hi there,
Vic. I'm still listening to you. You hawk Figure Shield.
Yeah, Figure Shield. Yeah,
they're good. They're very good.
They're good. So anyway, they didn't send me any. Oh, there's Dave. He's back.
I'm back.
Dixie let you in, Dave. I didn't even do that.
Thank you, Dixie.
Her nose hit the keyboard and you came back in.
Hey guys in chat. Notice how I'm on top of Dave now.
All right. So
high five,
anyhow,
yeah.
As I was saying.
Vic's the one with the camera.
Anyway. Yeah, so I've been spending the last several nights moving my figures that were already cased into the new cases and figures that I had that weren't in cases going into the cases. It's been hours long process, but I just transferred 50 figures into the new figure shield cases, and they're
50?
cool. 15. I ordered 15 more cases too.
15?
No, 50.
Oh wow! Oh, yeah. Holy jeepers!
I spent probably like an hour and a half each night the last like 3 nights.
Yeah, that's a lot.
But no, they're really good. They fit the figures well. They're clear. They're great. They're great. So if you're
Are you
interested, if you're in the
displaying these,
market,
or are they just going back right into storage?
no, they go up onto the wall.
Okay.
They're in the like around the
Cool.
room. Yeah. So, and some are kind of in storage in the other room because I can't put them all on the wall.
Mhm.
So I rotate things.
Yeah, I should rotate things more. I'm actually bummed that I don't do that more because I'm sitting here looking at like I'm really into the Masters of the Universe stuff, and that's my recent like thing I'm super excited about because Star Wars kind of lost me. But then so all the Super Sevens and stuff like that. Like I have to call my
Yeah.
mom and ask if I can keep watching this.
Yeah, we'll blame Tom. We'll blame that one on Tom. So Paul, are they much more clear? Yes.
Guys. I don't like me either. It's you can all go to sleep tonight and be like, you know that
I
Tom
like
guy.
it.
I appreciate it, but like, look at Dixie.
Yeah. So Paul, yes, they're a lot more clear. Some of the older cases had micro beading on them to prevent UV rays, which shouldn't be a problem if you have your windows closed, really. But so yeah, the new ones are a lot more clear.
Think about them in 30 years' time.
That's what these are in. I mean, over 30 years, anything can discolor or fade, whether it's protected or not. Plastics break down, white plastics yellow. That's the way things go, right? So things get old.
Mhm.
Things get old. Yeah.
A dude's Nedry just sent a.
Hey.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Do you see this? Do you see what's happening right here? Right here? Do you see what's going right there? Oh, there she goes. Oh, what a bum cat. What a bum cat.
Yeah. Good to see you, Dudes Nerdy. Thanks for stopping. And it is indeed a late night. We are still here. We're going past 2 hours strong. And onward.
I'm just gonna fall asleep on the couch right next to me. My wife is in California right now, watching BTS concerts. So that means I can just flop over on this couch and just like I'll just pour another one of these into my face and like, oh, that's okay.
My wife spent a weekend in Vegas one time for a work trip, and I was at home alone without kids, and it was just like, do whatever. It's a fun weekend. So yeah. Anyone have any questions for us in the chat?
It's
Yes.
some questions.
We've lost quite a few people, but you know what? It's
all right.
That's I'll blame that one on you, Tom.
No,
that's fair. I'm a problematic guy. All right, yeah. Ask us questions, Fugman. Ask us questions.
Fugman's been canceled, I think, after his last remark.
Oh no.
As the organizer of this live event, I may have revoked his entry pass.
Oh dearest me.
I'm just kidding. We didn't do that.
A dude's Nedry.
Nerdery. How much have you had to drink?
Oh wait. Who, me?
No, the cat.
Me? Oh yeah. Paul Morales, figure of the year.
Let's do 6-inch, and we'll do a 3 3/4 inch.
Okay.
Go ahead, Tom.
Slithe. Super 7, Slithe. No question. I have no attachment to Thundercats from my childhood. None at all. This is the best figure that came out this year. Like in my nostalgia thing, this is the best thing. Nothing beats this. Nothing. This is I'm stunned by how cool this is. And anyone else that comes out there and says like, "Oh, that's not the figure of the year. It should be Boba Fett." You're wrong. This is the best one.
Mm.
Yeah. That was
Right.
my honest not yeah. I'm drunk, but like
But you still know what your best figure of the year is.
no question. I mean that sat on my table there for the past like months. It's just like, oh, it's just Lena's like, oh, okay, yeah, all your other toys have to go away, Tom. Come on, like we're adults, and oh, slides can stay.
Must be pretty good then. Dave, what about you? Figures of the year so far, or figure of the year. Keeping in mind that there's still a little bit of time left in the year.
I'm not the collector that you guys are. I respect you guys, but this should have been the figure of the year, but it's not.
Was that
the Amber Collection, Alan Grant?
All right. Let me see the face. Wait, have you opened it?
It looks like it should look like Sam Neill. It looks like Owen Wilson.
I mean,
yeah,
there's holes in his face where sunglasses should go.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty terrible, but
I reviewed that one, and it should have. I did a video a while back. Everything wrong with the Amber Collection. The thing about the Amber Collection is it had the capacity to be an incredible toy line, one of the most awesome things for the Jurassic World toy line. Mattel's kind of butchered it at every point. The launch, the way they rolled it out as a GameStop exclusive with, 2 figures, 1 dinosaur, 1 human, and then waited 6 months till the next dinosaur and the next human. And then finally
got the best face. And it doesn't really look like him.
Here's my problem, guys. If you're coming into Jurassic Park, the only thing exciting about that is the dinosaurs.
Not true. If you believe that, you're totally missing the point of Jurassic Park.
Whoa. Disagree there. So what's the point of Jurassic Park?
The point of Jurassic Park and its accompanying toy lines is supposed to be the interaction of humans with dinosaurs living on the Earth again after 65 million years of extinction. What does that look like? What happens when the dinosaurs come into play? Who gets eaten? Who survives? You need both. If you just have dinosaurs, it's just 65 million years ago. Mm-hmm. When you have the humans, you need the humans in order to tell that story. If you think it's just the dinosaurs, it could be any random dinosaur toy line.
Yep, just the land of the lost after that.
And my take would be the fact that Jurassic Park was the greatest version of straight up dinosaur toy line ever. Because like when I grew up, like my dinosaur didn't have like joints. So
yeah. The Kenner Jurassic Park toy line is one of the greatest toy lines.
Tom got schooled. I probably did.
I don't know about that. Anyway. Yeah, so that is a fantastic toy line, and Kenner did it, and just Mattel's really butchered the line. Unfortunately, it could have been great. They could have. They're just not good at 6-inch figures. Is what it is basically. Right. They lost the license to Batman because they weren't selling PC. They lost even like Disney Princess over to Hasbro. They lost something else. I can't think at the moment what it was. But yeah, no, they just don't do 6-inch well, and they haven't kept up with the innovations other 6-inch companies are doing. So
yeah,
it's unfortunate, but it's what it is.
Yeah,
missed opportunities.
Yeah, the Muldoon and the Jurassic Park 3 Raptors, I think, might be the winners this year in the Amber Collection. But they were not ones that I wanted most of all. I wanted the Alan Grant more than anything else. And just it's amazing how they can do some things like really great and some things just poor.
Right. Yeah, I think that's what it kind
Case
of
in
boils
point, the
down to
Rancor.
the Rancor. Yeah. Anyhow, I don't know how we got into Jurassic Park again, but
Aren't you guys part of like aren't you guys the Jurassic Park podcast? How did I end up here? What?
No, you're thinking of our friend Brad on the Jurassic Park podcast. The other one that I co-host is the Collect Jurassic World podcast. It's a separate show. Yeah, so you're on one of those. Basically, it's what it is, kind of.
All right. Victoria, do you have a figure of the year, or should we
Oh,
move on to
yeah,
another question?
Yeah.
I legit stand by this thing.
For Star Wars, did Asajj Ventress come out this year? Was she this year, or was she?
Fuck, was she?
Tom, go to the
Oh
corner.
no! Go.
4. I think so.
Maybe she
Yeah.
did.
I think I have it in here somewhere. Never opened it.
Jeepers! Yeah, I mean, there's been some good.
There's been some good Black Series. I know a lot of people say that Black Series has taken a dive, maybe in a couple areas, but I think they're like with Vintage Collection. They're doing some really good stuff in Black Series.
I think they're knocking a lot of stuff out of the park with Black Series, but they are focusing on things that I, old 40-year-old something Tom, am not interested in. But that doesn't mean they're not knocking it out of the park.
True.
Like, I'm not gonna get my Black Series Max Rebo band because I'm almost 50. You guys are gonna get your Casca Reeves. Is that
I have her, yeah.
Yeah, like you're gonna get all that stuff. And so
yeah, Mike says Asajj was this year. So I mean, I'd have to look at them because I don't remember off the top of my head all the figures, but Asajj would be up there.
Yeah. Case said Asajj was this year. Yeah.
Yeah, I just said that.
I'm sorry.
For 3 3/4 inch, I'm not sure. I'm kind of leaning towards Ahsoka, but like I said, Lando's amazing. The Lando that just came out is amazing. IG-11 is pretty amazing. Boba Fett from earlier this year is pretty amazing. Right now, if I had to pick one, I'd probably say Ahsoka in for Vintage Collection because figure is just like a work of art.
That might have been the only 3 3/4 one I got this year, and yeah, I can't imagine. I mean, that was the only one I chose to purchase. But when I got it, it was like, oh my gosh, it was that good. It was that good.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good. Mm-hmm. And you can still get it. It's still, I saw it on GameStop last night. It was still there. It's still available. So don't miss out on Ahsoka because
I ordered that one on the Black Friday deal or something. I got a couple of them.
Yeah,
so I was holding out for find them in Target and I couldn't find it.
In a year's time, people that slept on it are gonna regret it. So don't wait.
Ooh, by the way, you remember Yarna Del Gargan?
Of course, I have her right here on the shelf.
Right, she's expensive now, right?
Oh wow,
she was a few years ago. She peg warmed forever.
That's when I was working at Toys R Us. She was just on the pegs, just like there all the time. Nobody wanted her.
Nobody did. My local little shop has got her on card for $20. I got her a year and a half, almost 2 years ago for I think $30 on loose, and I was very excited for that price because I should have bought her back when she was cheap. But anyway, it was just the funny thing. It's like this cost a lot of money a few years ago, and now it's down the street from me for like $20. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, Mike says, waiting for Clone Wars, Ahsoka, Hot Toys. Yeah, that's one of the ones I have in pre-order. I have, oh man, I don't even want to think about it. I probably have like 8 Hot Toys in pre-order right now.
Oh gosh,
I don't know where I'm going to put them. The shelves, the T-tops are full like already. I have no clue where those are going to go.
Where's your husband?
Under the house. No. I think he went to sleep.
You put him out there and like.
Oh, put him in the bed. Okay.
Yeah, no, I just put him out somewhere. Like this is what's gonna happen with me. Like when I get all my stuff, I'm gonna tell my wife, my beautiful wife, that's in California, hanging out with you right now. Yeah, you have to sit outside. I'm gonna, and then I'm gonna go bye, and she's gonna be like, no, Tom, no, Tom.
Well, the way you got to look at it, and, I always say this: everybody has their hobbies. My husband, he has his own hobby. Hobbies cost money, and it's better than I could be gambling, I could be doing things I shouldn't be doing. I could be buying other things that I don't necessarily need either. So it's healthier than some of those things, right? So
Yeah.
It's definitely healthier than what's going on in my basement.
Oh man. Wait, you have a basement? How's that possible?
Yeah. So many questions.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't just like.
Yeah. And Mike brings up another interesting point, and this applies to both scales. If you want something, again, I know we've kind of hit at this point to drive it home a few times, in the session, but don't sleep on things. Anything that lingers, is going to be wanted at some point by somebody or multiple people, and it's going to drive up price. And yeah, he's right. That greed on slave land sat there forever.
Nobody
Rotting
paid for that stuff.
Rotting on the shelves.
Rotted on the shelves.
I mentioned last time my wife was into antiques, and I was antiquing last weekend, and I found a Constable Zuvio.
All right, so that one you can sleep on. That one you can't. I'll give you permission to sleep on that.
No.
It was $10.
No, disagree. You got it. You got Constable Zuvs, right? You got it.
No.
That might be a mistake.
I'll go back.
In 2020, my lovely wife took me to New London, Connecticut, and we went to a wonderful comic shop there. And she was the one that pulled down the Greedo original Black Series, like Greedo figures, like $20. You want it? I'm like, yes, I do. I mean, it's right there, but I'm drunk and I'm not going to pick it up. But it's right there and it's looking at me. It's looking at me, Ray. But yeah, that was the point. Like, I got that $20 figure because
Yeah.
Mike says Constable Zuvio is a great figure. He will die on this hill. Okay.
It's a pretty good figure. It is.
Constable Zuvio is a thing that I think you should own.
Just for like not even that, just because of how silly it is.
It is a great figure, but it's like I got good. Yeah, I got my friends from Oregon to like buy it for me and like.
Super Source. How do we convince Hasbro to use the build-in or particle sculpt again? It's Superman the Disney Parks version, so it's not being held up. So that one I feel like is a little bit tall. It's a little bit big. It's a better sculpt than the undersized C3PO they've been using in the vintage collection for the last 10 years, but I feel like it's a little bit big still. I don't think they've nailed in 3 3/4 the perfect C3PO sculpt or particle droid sculpt. There's huge room for improvement there. So, yeah, that'd be a better option maybe, but it's still not perfect. And I'd rather them just kind of budget in, one of these points, something that's going to be like the final, never need to update it again, particle droid sculpts. Hopefully someday.
Do you see what's happening right here?
I
Right
do
here?
see what's happening right
She
there.
wants in.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is what happens every night. I'm trying to talk to my friends about action figures. I'm trying to talk to my friends about action figures. But you're like, I don't care. Oh, she says, I don't care.
Yeah, she doesn't care about action figures.
No, she doesn't care about action figures. She wants to have a nice little snacky.
Imagine
snack.
what that must feel like. The other 99% of the earth that doesn't care about action figures.
Oh, the bad people?
Then
It's so easy for us. We have little plastic people we can pick up and put on a little shelf and be like, oh, I like that. That's nice. How do you feel about the rest of these things? It's like I got the little plastic guy. Like, is that good? I don't give a shit. Just do the rest of it. Fuck it.
Tom, go to the
fine.
corner.
That's fine.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm bad kittens. You know who else is bad kittens?
You.
This one. This one right here. This one. This one. Oh, she's coming right back. Ooh. This
Sure
is
enough.
bad
Sure
kittens.
enough.
I said a bad word. What are you thinking about, Kalinda? Oh. Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh. Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah, it's that time of the night.
All right, yeah.
Um,
Yes. Oh dear.
the
Oh,
randomness is turned up to a 10.
Supersaurus Rex. Oh, poopy.
Yeah.
oh poopy.
Yeah. So in when future generations come back and rewatch this episode and they see how we started off very topic focused and very oriented on certain things and then gravitated towards the paranormal, as we tend to do sometimes, and then to pets,
Come on, Bobcats.
and then to
Ghosts are
randomness.
made up and they're not real. They're not real.
They're
the
real.
one time
They
the
made
one
movies
time,
about it. It's real.
Sure, yeah. The one time that I had the spooky thing that happened to me in the London house was me waking up from a creepy dream and not actually spooky realism.
Well, a dream is different from the paranormal. A dream is a dream. So I'm not surprised that you didn't have a paranormal experience that day.
That was just me. I stalk you and I fly around in a helicopter, shine a light in your windows. It's me.
Didn't I send you, Tom, that audio clip? Or I sent it to both of you.
Oh,
I think
yes. That was great. Yeah.
Oh, yes. You sent that to me.
Evidence, not just me telling you something. I sent you audible evidence of something.
You did indeed.
Yes.
It was obviously ghosts. No.
Well, it was obviously an audible sound.
It was
A sigh.
Exactly. Mike says, if ghosts aren't real, then what are Ghostbusters busting?
I didn't think
Phantoms.
I didn't think in a moment that was a supernatural thing, but it definitely was a thing that like stood out and was like, oh golly, what am I listening to right now? But it's not a ghost. It's something else.
Yeah, I guess. Well, what? If,
Could be a ghost? It's a ghost.
It may not be a ghost, but from what it sounds like, it may be a ghost too.
I desperately wish I could get you one of you guys to like send my wife a message to be like, Tom's okay. He's going home. He's asleep right now. Yeah.
Sure, why not?
Sure, why not? Well, just
text
remember
her,
when
yeah.
you're sleeping alone tonight, and you have that weird experience again. You're gonna remember us. You're gonna remember this conversation that we had.
Right,
About,
it's you guys.
Yeah,
it's you guys. It's not ghosts.
Mike says, I used to get sleep paralysis. I used to get that all the time. And I
Oh,
still get it
yeah.
once in a while. I still get it, but that's
Oh,
not when
yeah.
that's not when I have things happen. I know
No,
yeah.
wait. That's a different conversation, folks. Yes, I've had sleep paralysis like while I've been like married to my wife. It's like, yeah, that's it's a freaky thing. Have you guys had it?
No,
Many times.
Wait, Dave, you've never had it?
no. My doctor
It's
says I have sleep apnea now. Like, is that the same thing?
no. Oh no,
Oh, it's not the same thing.
no. That's
It's
not
where you
that.
stop breathing, right?
Yeah,
I don't know what's worse, to be honest.
that. Oh golly jeepers, Dave.
Don't sleep next to that antique crib.
What?
Oh.
Yeah, so the sleep paralysis thing is creepy.
Mhm.
You know, all it takes for me though to snap out of it is somebody just to touch me like boop, just like that. But my husband, he knows like I get enough to where he knows that if he doesn't do that, he'll just get to watch me like suffer through it. And he intentionally won't like just tap me to snap out of it. So it's kind of annoying. He tries to film it sometimes too, and I'm like, dude, it sucks. You've never had it, but it's awful. Just tap me so I can wake up.
I had an amazing moment where Lena told me I snored. So then she filmed me when I was snoring. And I thought that was very fascinating. Like, oh my God, really? Like that's happening. I'm just like and she's like, yeah, that's it. That's it.
Yeah, I don't do that. But I do live in a house that I believe to quite possibly be inhabited by, some unseen force, something that maybe modern science has yet been able to comprehend. Because I'm sure there's a lot of that in the world that we're not privy to. Yeah, I think I live in a haunted house.
Yeah.
Which isn't a bad thing per se, if so. It's just is what it is.
Well, I'll tell you what, guys. I voted for Joe Biden, so I think that means I basically like voted for haunted house.
What the heck?
Like
Tom, we said no politics.
Well, I'm just talking about like empty floating ghosts are like All right, old Tom's the bad guy. I'm so happy to have gotten to chat with you guys tonight. Thank you.
Oh yeah, I love chatting with you.
Thank
you. Yeah.
Yes, we do. We'll have to do it again for sure. I'm sure we will before long, and we'll be recording another episode of Cantina Chatter before long as well. So we'll be looking forward to that with great interest.
All right.
Wait, what's going on with the all right, 52, 42, what's going on? 52, 44.
Calling plays here. What was this?
It went up 20.
Really?
Check this out. I'm gonna check
Let
this
me
out.
see.
It went up 20.
52, 42.
42.
I see 52.
44.
It went up 2.
Yeah.
It's gone up 3 since this stream started 2.5 hours ago.
If Lena was here, she would be like, "Yeah, you're." No, that's not true. When she, I'm very drunk. It's time for old Tom to go to bed.
Go home, Tom.
All right.
Oh, you are home.
Good night, guys.
Good night, Tom.
I've had a lovely time.
We're glad that you are here. Have a good night. Get some rest, and we'll see you soon.
All right.
See you, ma'am.
Bye. All right. Well, it has indeed been my personal demon scare whale. Nice. Yeah, so it's been fun, Dave. I think I'm gonna follow Tom's lead.
Yeah.
It's been I know for you on the East Coast, it's 3 hours. It's late here, it's 3
It's
hours
late.
late.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it's
late
late.
wherever I
And
am. I'm always tired.
yeah. So I'll let you go. I will let myself go too, and go kick it for a bit before I head to bed. So have a good night. Thanks for coming in. Thanks to everybody in the chat and everybody
Thanks,
who
everyone.
has
Yeah.
come in. I know we've we started very different than we ended up, but that's kind of typical for this show. And yeah, to those of you who are still somehow here, gosh, thanks for hanging in there with us, and we appreciate it. So stay tuned. We'll be back next week. And have a good night. May the force be with you, no matter where you're tuning out of the galaxy. Be well, be safe, take care. Good night, Dave. Good night,
Good night.
everybody.
Thank you.